One expert Zagmia. One expert. The thing a big pay. Jesu to be in India, Jewin Yagu Josu like your own. One expert ma, take this in Yagu Yagadu, do that to hero. Gong Song Desambu, Hanton Lanza, Gong Song Bamboo, Mossy, Gong Song Lila, Zeus. Oh, Napashko Suluraba. Gong Song Zadamasu. One expert Zagmia. One expert. The thing a big pay. Jesu to be in India, Jewin Yagu Josu like your own. One expert ma, take this in Yagu Yagadu, do that to hero. Gong Song Desambu, Hanton Lanza, Gong Song.
In terms of timing versus heroes.
Well, we got our two
Hello.
picks here.
Hi.
And there's questions about what's still left in the pool.
Yo.
But focusing on the fact that Tundra first pick Doom, they're gonna run it. They
Yeah, my
really
first
have a big
pick,
faith in it.
me.
And then Talon. And it's an answer with Shaman. Is that still fitting that archetype for you, where you're like, this is the active support that they're not really going to sit passively
Can
with?
be, but this hero also feeds in a lot of games that I've seen. Like we've seen Shadow Shaman getting heavily focused in most of these games. It's also not the greatest matchup against the Doom because he has this big AoE of the Scorched Earth. Your innate is going to be procced before you die, and you can't run away. Like you're just one tick from the Scorched Earth is going to kill you. And I've seen it so many times, even like through the qualifiers for TI. It was Ame who was playing this carry Doom that built into Silver Edge just to be able to break Shadow Shaman and kill him before his innate even proc. So like this is not the good matchup for Shadow Shaman by any means. It doesn't say too much. I'm trying to figure out when did this swap happen, because they haven't really been opening up with Shadow Shaman recently, at least not at EWC. They kind of saved it for the second phase, but now they made the shift.
I think this would just be matchup specific. They don't want to give it away to Soxa. They don't want to also give away a strong laner.
Tundra 2 ဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်
But on what you said, look,
အေးမော့
did check his
နိုင်တာတော့
stats.
နိုင်
So
ပါ
I
ဒီ
was
ကောင်လေး
curious. I was like, this
2 စီး
support
လည်း
out of all the
ဖြစ်နိုင်
supports
တယ်ဒီနေ့
has
အသင်း
to
ကြီး
have
တွေ
the
အကုန်
highest average deaths. I'm gonna compare it
အသေး
with
အသေး
others.
ရိုက်မဲ့နေ့ပဲ
Average deaths are
ဖြစ်မှာ
around
Parivation ကလည်း
either
2 စီး
7.69
ရိုက်ပြီးပြီပေါ့
round up to
ဦး
8.
ထွန်းသရာလည်း 2 စီးရိုက်လောက်တယ်
50%
ပြီးရင်
of his games. So that's a good
နောက်ထပ်အသင်းကြီး
ratio.
တစ်သင်းကပါပါလိမ့်
With that high of a win rate, he still averages around 8 deaths.
အာ GG
a game.
It's a
GG
hero
လည်း
that
ရိုက်
will
မှာ
give you the pick off that you do
အဲ့
need.
နာဗီ
It is a hero that, you know, one hex could make
ဖဲ
the
ကွန်
full
ပွဲပဲနည်းနည်းကြည့်ရမယ်ဘာလို့နာဗီကကျန်းနေတဲ့အချိန်နဲ့ဖဲကွန်ကပုတ်နေတဲ့အချိန်နဲ့အဲ့ဟာပဲကြည့်ရ
saw Jokem in an
ဒီ
interview
အပေါ်
as well
3 ပွဲကတော့အသင်း
talking
ကြီးတွေပဲနိုင်မှာ
his acts that this hero can be played from different roles. We're still yet to
2
see
စီးတွေ
carry
ဖြစ်ဖို့တော့
acts. I know
များ
a
တယ်
lot of the players did talk about it.
ဟွန်း
But this is also a hero
Hon
that
တက်စတာ
uses it as a flex. It gives you
Axe.
that extra bit of oomph in the draft because we've seen Tundra play from the offline. We saw different types of a build on Axe, but also yesterday he had a pretty good game on it, having earned Blink Dagger 13 minutes into the game, which did allow them to snowball that game.
Yeah, he looked super good. This is a great pickup for them. I'm glad to see them running back. Tundra's solution to that was just Tusk, right? We're gonna counter the call with the
ဒီကောင်မဲနည်းနည်း
snowball.
ပြဿနာရှိတာဒီကောင်
Maybe if you do up
ဒီ
this
ကောင်
axis
ပုတ်နေလို့မ
early,
ရ
that could look a little bit
အဲ့ကောင်
better,
အပုတ်
so that
မ
he's
စော့ခိုင်း
that
နဲ့
much
မစော့
stronger
ခိုင်းနဲ့
against
တော့
his
ဒီကောင်
timings before.
အဖြစ်စော့ပေး
Gets
နေ
his
ရ
blink timing
33 main ဖြစ်
Support Tusk and the support
ဟို
Axe will probably
33
flank around the same
main
time.
မဟုတ်ပဲ
So
နဲ့
it's just gonna be a weird, like, cat
ဟို
and mouse game
Daxia
between the
တို့
two.
ဘာလို့စော့
And the support duo for Tundra,
လက်ကြီးကို
you can
main
always
ပြန်
play
တင်
him. Like it's very
လက်စီ
easy.
ကားတွေပါတယ်အဲ့လို
Plus,
မျိုး
it
ပြန်တင်
also
ပြီးစော့ရင်
opens
တော့
up
ပိုကောင်း
potentially Invoker pick. Bane plus Invoker is one of the nastiest setups you can have in the
အောင်
game.
busy hand
Maybe
ထောင်
Shadow
ပေါ့
Shaman
Invoker
plus
တို့
Invoker as well, but Talon didn't really
အာ
play
တို့
that hero. It's not the most contested hero by any means.
Mr.
but,
Bad ဒီဘက်အမား
when
တွေ
you're
ပဲပစ်
playing
နေတာ
against
ဟာ
Tundra, when you're playing against BZM, you definitely need to think about maybe it's going to be coming out.
အဲ့ဒွန်းပစ်သေး
Yeah,
ဘူး
you definitely cannot
Mr.
ignore
Bad ပစ်
it
တာနော်
at
မျိုး
all.
တစ်မျိုး
And something else that's pretty hard to ignore in a game is a bristleback. It feels like you have to have an answer for it in your draft.
And
Otherwise,
Yasha,
it's going to be a
Banya.
very
Yeah, yeah,
long,
man.
slow, and arduous game to get to a point where you're building.
ဒီနာတွေရောရောက်ကောတွေကြီးပဲပြနေတာဟာလီနာကယ်ရီလားမသိ
Bristleback is I know the hero's been nerfed a lot. I'm not impressed with this hero from the offlane. I think he still has a lot of really good safe lane games though. With the seeing red facet, it's not to be underestimated, but if you're playing against a hero like Doom who punishes cores on his Doom CD, heroes like Bristleback that are super high tempo, hit it early, and once they hit that timing are constantly running at the enemies, makes it so that it's harder for Doom drafts to fight because your downtime is a lot higher. So conceptually very cool. You pair it up with the Lina, you know, like the flex is still open, but I assume it's the Mikoto hero. Now you have 2 cores that need to be focused as well. If you're Doom, you have to make a decision. Am I dooming the Lina? Am I dooming the Bristleback?
Yeah.
it gives Talon more workaround.
It definitely does, and in the end, they will pick up the Queen of Pain, still keeping some of the flexes open potentially, because you can still play co-op from the off lane, safe lane if necessary. Doom pretty much can be played from 2 different roles as well, and there's that Medusa that we talked about that could potentially come out. I'm also a bigger fan when Talon plays this Lina from the mid lane rather than the safe lane. I keep going back to Dream League where they had like 5 out of 5 games, I believe, wins with Lina from the mid lane, but they did lose 1 game from the safe lane, because this is the hero that doesn't like to be focused. When you're having these BKB piercing tools and they have 4 as well, it's very difficult to itemize. So she needs a little bit of an extra protection. She needs these beefy boys to be able to, you know, stand in front of her so she can deal the damage. And now you have Bristleback and Axe. So they need to figure out where this Bristle is going to be going, whether this Axe is going to be played as position 4, because they still have an opportunity to maybe pick another position 4/5 if they feel like it, but seems like this Axe, at least the way Tundra is reading, they think it's just going to be 4.
I think that's a fair read. I mean, especially after the game he had yesterday, he's probably itching to play it again. But in that case, what offlaner are you looking for if you're Talon? Because I do think that Bristleback offlane will weaken their draft.
I don't like Bristleback from the offlane.
Yeah.
I do agree with you on this one. It just doesn't feel as strong. We saw it failing so many times. Even like people are trying to play it with the green facet. We saw it in the previous series. Even when you have like Pango, even when you have other carries that you are giving them that extra bit of a minus armor, it still doesn't feel as good. I'm fine with seeing red facet from the safe lane, gives you that extra bit of a early tempo-oriented lineup. You have Shadow Shaman, you have Bristleback Lina. You can easily take Roche, but also on the side of Tundra with the Tusk, you can always kill Roshan. But something that you did mention, Nat, is Tundra, what they did with the supports, with the Shadow Shaman being able to kill, like with the 2 supports, to kill Roshan and give it to BZM. Same thing could happen potentially here with Talon. Whenever you have a Shaman, you need to keep an eye on that Roche.
For sure. And heroes that can easily connect to Roche are very important. That is where Queen of Pain thrives, right? You can also make some cool plays with Sonic Wave around an early Roche. For Talon, I think the best thing that they can do for themselves is just an offlaner that will gap close for them for the period that the support Axe can't. Because the weaknesses of support Axe are, he's not really much of an initiator. He's going to run people down with his Vessel, with his Battle Hunger, but he won't get his Blink until later. And Bristleback is not going to be the Blink Initiate hero, neither will Lina. So you need something to account for Axe's weaknesses before he has a Blink. Maybe like Stampede.
ကျွန်တော်ဟိုနေ့ကဘီဘီလီနာတော့ကောင်းတယ်တဲ့ဝိုင်းမောကဘောလာဟောင်းကြီးနဲ့ပြန်တွေ့ရ
Stampede, she runs
အ
over.
ဟုတ်ပါ
There's
Why
a lot of
more?
heroes
No,
that got banned out this
ကိုရီ
this
SC ရနေပြီးတော့
break mechanic from Kanda
နော်
that he
အောင်မြင်
did
နေ
go
ရအခု
for.
SC အတင်းကိုပြန်
The
ကြိတ်ရ
last
တော့
one's gonna be Dawnbreaker. Good way to counter this Axe. I think
မနိုင်
this
တော့
Axe
ဘူး
will
တဲလုံး
really be played from the
ထွန်းလာ
off
တ
lane.
ကယ်ကစားရင်
Should
မနိုင်တော့
be
ဘူး
playing
ထွန်းလာ
into, so
အဲ့
most likely they are gonna be looking into different
အဲ့ဒီ
heroes.
ပွဲရဘယ်
It's
လို
a
ကြီးလဲ
very strong lineup from Tundra.
ဒွန်းကယ်ရီ
Checks
လား
a lot of the boxes with the
နေပါဦး
saves, 2 supports that can easily rotate
33
around
က
the map
ဒွန်းဘရိတ်က
around
မ
the
စော်
Queen
ဘူး
of
နော်
Pain. And
အာ
also
လက်
this
ကြီး
dude
ကယ်
as
ရီ
well, I
လက်
do
ကြီး
like
ကယ်ရီ
so
ဒွန်းက
much of the
33ပဲစော်မှာ
like
တေး
we've
ကြ
seen
တယ်
in
အဲ့
the
100%
previous series, the last
ကွင်း
game,
ပိတ်မစ်
what Satanic
ကွင်းပိတ်မစ်ဟိုမှာဒီဒွန်းဘရိတ်ကလက်ကြီးစော်မှာဟိုကောင်ကအဲ့လိုကယ်ရီမကြအဲ့လို off lane မကြသိရမလားအဖြန်း
I've actually seen Dooms connect to
အိုက်တန်
the
သိမ့်မ
lane
လူ
in the
တဲ့
safe
ကောင်
lane
မျိုးတွေ
much more often
တိုင်တာ
because they
များ
tend
တယ်
to win the safe lane because Scorched Earth and
အ
like
ချမ်းမ
level
ချမ်း
up
တယ်
is
ဒွ
so
န်းဘရိတ်က
strong,
ကယ်
you
ရီ
can
အ
run
ရင်က
people
တစ်ခေတ်တော့
with a nice
တစ်ခေတ်တော့
slash
ထားခဲ့
towards
ဘူး
the mid lane. Usually they'll do their first Doom on the
အဲ့ဒီ
enemy
ပွဲက
lane,
မိုက်
and
လောက်
then
လား
go
ဒီ
back to
ပွဲက
front, which is something that would be beneficial to Lina.
တာဝါဟစ်တဲ့ကောင်တော့မပါဘူးကွင်းပိတ်ဟစ်မှာတော့ရတာဝါဒါကွင်းပိတ်ကလည်း mid ဆိုတော့
Disengage, they do need
တိုင်
the
ရ
more
ရှာ
violent
ဗလိမ့်
link
မေး
initiation, but based on
ဒီပါကဲ
Tanner's
သူ
rounds,
တာဝါဟစ်လို့မ
they're
ရ
running
ဘူး
out mid laners. They think it's just a carry.
ပုံကတာဝါဟစ်တာတော့မပါဘူးအဲ့
Good
ပြဿနာ
if
န
you
ည်း
do
နည်း
the
တော့
red
ရှိ
puck and the Medusa, so they're not like 100%.
အတဲ့အနိုင်ဆိုင်မရမှာအိုးဒီဘက်ကလည်းအမားတွေပဲမာတာမှတော်တော်မာတာ
Someone
ကြီး
is actually going to be coming out for Talon here.
So low cooldown ability that's going to be taking care of Queen of Pain.
အထက်မှာလဲဆိုတော့
So you have
ဟိုင်းဟိုင်း
60
နဲ့မင်္ဂလာပါ
cooldown,
YouTube က
great
မှတ်
against
ရင်
the
နဲ့ကွန်မ
best
မဖတ်လို့
against
တဲ့
Doom when it comes down to healing, but you're playing
Elolina
very
auto
Abaddon, so most of the
win.
time you don't even get that
မီကိုတို
Q on your Abaddon, and
Baran
Abaddon
carry.
is going to be playing Bristleback with the Snot Rocket. I do like
ဒူ
Lina
ကံ
playing both from the mid lane,
ဒူ
but
ကံ
I'm
က
also not
supportထ
the
င်တယ်
biggest
ဟုတ်တယ်မ
fan
လား
of
အဲ့ S က
Bristleback,
support
and
ပေါ့
also I feel like
Mr. Bad off
Abaddon
lane
is one of those very weird carries right now where you need to have
ဘာထည့်မလဲဆိုတော့
like
ကြီးတောင်မကြည့်ရ
Radiance
သေးဘူး
things are much easier, but if you manage to kill this guy once or twice before he gets it, his lane and his timings are going to be so much more delayed compared to the Doom. Like I like his Radiance is going to be up, I would say 3-4 minutes before Abaddon's in this game.
For sure, and their draft is greedier on Talon, so they're going to need time for their offlane Bristleback to farm, get online, Lena's not going to be rotating that.
duration ကလည်း40အစဖွင့်
And like you
over
said,
ရတယ်ရက်ဆက်လိုက်တာ
timing on a baton, so there is going to be a
Fred က
window where
90
their
ကဖွင့်တယ်
supports can really
okay
punish that kind of greed, but if it works out for them, they do have a nice timing where they're just running behind their Abaddon, running behind their Bristleback, doing a lot of range damage. They have the Shadow Shaman, so they can take objectives. The only issue is that I've seen support Abaddon as well in this tournament.
And I saw it,
carry,
I saw you.
just get doomed by a carry doom and then die in the late game. He just dies. Like the counterplay is there.
Yeah, I'm feeling like maybe the carry for the side of Talon is a little bit lacking. And it's weird to say this. I know that 33 is a massive Doom expert. Everyone's always praised this. This has been years, right? But offlane Doom just kind of isn't really working for a lot of teams at the moment. There is a caveat to it. There is a caveat to it. That's what I'm saying.
အဲ့ဒီ Facebook လာလဲအာ YouTube ပြန်သွားလိုက်ဖြစ်နေ
When nobody wanted to play this hero, he was the one playing.
YouTube အမှတ်တွေလည်းဖတ်ပါတယ် bro
That's right.
မဖတ်ဘူးဆိုတာကိုမဖတ်ချင်တဲ့ဟာဖြစ်နေလို့ပေါ့ကိုမဖတ်ချင်တဲ့ဟာမှန်ရင်တော့မဖတ်ဘူးလေ
Because it's been played twice by the offlane so far. Has a 0% win rate here at the Esports World Cup. So let's see if 33 and Tundra are able to bump those numbers a little bit as we head on into our elimination game, our first game with Sunspen and Kezu.
Thank you very much. It is the I was gonna say it. I cannot wait for the pause to come out.
Hi, မင်္ဂလာပါမင်္ဂလာပါ bro
But I know it's 4 as we look at the lights. As we look at him brace himself against the lights here.
ဒီကကိုကိုရိုင်းနဲ့ဘာလို့မှမသိ
I can relate, of course. It's amplified. The light gets amplified.
Are you looking at him? Because he was on screen. He looks very chill, actually.
I mean, I'm looking at him in person. I don't need to see the camera. Don't you understand?
He did write very bright lights. Thanks for fixing. Just kidding, actually. That didn't happen.
That's a good boy. Good, clean boy.
It's a good boy.
Elimination match, as Nat talked
အချလေဘာချရမလဲနည်းနည်းကိုပြန်ပြီးတော့
should be a doozy.
တစ်လေးပါလေးပေးပါ
Thoughts on draft?
တကယ်ဘာလို့မသိကြေးတွေကတစ်မျိုးကြီးပဲ
It's a
တိတ်
doozy.
အစင်မပြေဘူး
Very good. So we're in for a good game.
I'm trying to think of how to explain what a
ဟာဒီကောင်နေစပွန်ဆာတွေမပါတော့ဘူးရ
It'll be good.
Okay.
It'll be a nice one.
Yep. Doozy.
ဒီနေရာမှာ face scan လည်းမပါတော့ဘူးဘာဖြစ်တာဒီကောင်
the drafts.
ပုံမှန်ဆိုရင်ဒီနေရာမှာ
on the panel.
စပွန်ဆာတွေလာတယ်ပြီးရင်ဒီနေရာမှာ work can လာတယ်အခုမလာတော့
matchup, but they didn't pick it for 23 to carry the game. This game for Talon is about Mikoto being in the being like topped off by his supports. Can his axe and bristle go in enough? Can he get shielded to be safe? But I will say, Tundra, I kind of like the draft that they have going for them. You have a lot of tempo. Sure, it is the offlane Doom, which isn't most people's favorite. But we did hear Mr. Analyst Lacoste, of course, talk about 33
ကိုစီ
on
မှာ
his
error
Doom.
တက်နေတာ
It's his
လူ
best
ကြီး
hero.
error တက်သွား YouTube ကစားတယ်နော်အခုကြောက်ပြန်ပေါ်လာပြီ show လိုက်
Tusk, at least historically, maybe
စားတယ်
not as recent, but that is how we recruited him on DC, seeing
Very
his Tusk.
important.
It is.
To be fair,
These heroes, they spam.
Sucks is a bit weird to me because all of his heroes are so good. I don't know if one is like that different from the others, but his Tusk is incredible.
That's true. If I think of a signature
duration ဒါမှမဟုတ် K နှစ်ခုရတစ်ခု under ဆော့ရမယ်ထင်
DC related, of
That's a
course.
DC
under ကြိုက်နေ
related
တယ်ဒီ
one,
ပွဲ
that's
ဒါပေမဲ့ကိုနဲ့ under နဲ့က key မကိုက်လို့
Second place.
ကြိုက်တာ under ကြိုက်
thinking
နေ
about recruiting you.
K လဲ under ကြိုက်တယ် duration လဲ under 44လောက်ကြိုက်ပတ်ကြီးတွေကအရန်
Well, because you were packaged
Yo
with
Paulo.
Cinder, and so it was a no-go to begin with.
That's a quick L.
over 40ကြီးဆိုတော့
Okay. Oh,
All right, Nightmare to cancel the gate play.
နော် 44 under လောက်ဆိုမ
Here
ဆိုး
from
ဘူး
Waimont. And that requires 2 casts.
Tundra
of
winner
the gate.
duration
That's actually
and,
some mana loss there for Jokum.
ဒီကမှာဝယ်မရှိတော့လေ
Axe, which we saw
ပေါင်း
yesterday.
နေတာ
was
နေကမှာမရှိတာနဲ့ကိုယ့်ရဲ့
extremely good. We'll be seeing
wines ဘက်
similar
ဟာကြီးကအစိမ့်နေ
avenues to success
ညားတယ်
this time around.
စိမ့်လန်းနေရပဲ
I'm not sure because honestly, the performance he had yesterday, it was really good. It's not something you can expect from your post 4.
အန်တာတီးမယ်ကွာ
And
44
Tundra, they did learn
Duration
something.
and a
because
little
the
bit
last series we casted them, they picked
ဘယ်တော့မှအဆင်မပြေခဲ့ပေမဲ့လဲ
Dawnbreaker, and that's overall just not
Easy
the best
line.
matchup. And I think they learned from it because this time around they picked their own Dawnbreaker into the Axe, and they have a lot of saves against this Axe initiation later that will come out. Right? We've said it before, but you have a Snowball save, you have a Nightmare save, and of course you have the Solar Guardian coming out.
Yeah, having his, 3 saves against that, pretty damn good. But it is a support, right? It is a support axe that we're trying to counter from the Tundra side.
Sleepwalk into the tower.
Yep, tower will aggro. Only 1 pop shot for Jokum, though. As the battle hunger harass continues on the Whitemon, who is basically out of mana at this point. His hammer Onto WS playing the off lane.
hold it up.
Will get off
Stay
the
low
goo.
there,
In a
let
lot of
people-
trouble though. Blood grenade does slow them to a crawl as Joker trying to turn this around onto Whitemon. Eats a tango, slow. Continuing, that's 3 stacks of goo now onto Crystallis. No kills to come yet, but very, very close.
Nigma Soga remove me though.
So should be okay.
Dina ဘာလဲ QB ဘယ်သူသားလဲတဲ့
That's some
Dina.
tangos.
And that does matter, because yeah, Whitemon, he's out of region, no salve, no tangos on him.
အဲ့အရင်တည်းကပဲလေ
But this
လီ
goes
နာ
to show the
တွင်း
strength
ဘိန်း
of
တွေ
Axis laning. When you can go
ထွက်လာရင်
control
လီနာလည်းပဲသွားထိန်းကြ
which is one of the strongest
ဟော
laning
rate တာတယ်
supports, especially early
attack
on.
speed တာတယ်
Yeah, just goes to show if the
Stand
standard
by.
protection. This hero is quite good in the early
အဲ့အချို့တွေဆိုစတန်တော့မတင်ဘူး1-3 maximum ဆော့ပြီးလီနာကိုထိန်းတာ
WS able to make sure that Joker.
level 1လာတင်လို့မရဘူး
Bring
level 1
the
လာ
full
တင်
wave
တာနဲ့
to
physical 3-4ချက်လောက်မိတာနဲ့မကာမိ
The off lane bristle back actually connects very nicely with the waves. Will be able to push that back a bit. Now 33 getting harassed in the meantime. Shackle onto Soxa. Has that tag team at the ready. Not exactly with this double melee. Wouldn't say this is huge kill potential from the Tundra side.
Yeah, Tundra will
X4
just
တွေ
be
ဆော့
happy
ကြ
if
ပဲ
they can get through the
X
lane.
က4တွေမကဘူး
Whatever
off lane တွေ
golden
ရော
XP you can get. Of course, whenever you see 33
Oh.
play the Doom, we need to keep close eyes
ပျောက်နေ
on
ပါလေ
which
ဆိုလို့
neutral
ထွက်လာ
creeps
တော့လေ
that
အဲ့လို
currently has the
တောက်လျှောက်
hero
ကြီး
to help him get through the lane.
အဲ့
What
hero
item
က
will he go?
တော်တော်ထွက်လာ
He's a, you know, huge nerd when it comes to the
အနာဗီတို့ပါဆိုအဲ့
Best
hero
way possible.
NY စေပိုင်း
So
နဲ့
let's
ထောက်
potentially see a
NY
pipe
Ace တို့
against the Radiance timing from the Abaddon and like the Maelstrom later from the Lina.
အဲ့ hero ကထောက်ကတော့လွယ်ပါတယ်တကယ်
And
ဆို
then
ရင်
mid lane.
အရင်ခက်ကဆိုရင် winter တို့ပါအောင်နဲ့ထောက်
versus BZM on the Queen of Pain. Lina not a hero we've gotten.
ဘတ်စကကောလိုက်ပြီဆိုတာနဲ့အကောခံတဲ့ကောင်ခဲပြီးလိုက်ပြီးသွားပြီ
Your thoughts on
I mean,
the
Fado.
specific 1v1?
အဲ့တော့ blame me damage မ
And
ဝင်
I guess
တော့
you
အဲ့
can
ချိန်ညာ
move on to
အေး winter cast က
how it
လည်း
fits
ရှိ
into
သေး
the
တယ်
game plan for each respective
အ
team.
winter တို့ပါတော့အခုမျက်စိလဲပြီးပြန်မလာသေးဘူး supporter တွေထဲမှာအဲ့ကောင်တော်တော်ကျန်းတယ် အဲ့ဆို counter ရဲ့ထဲမှာ Tesca တို့ပါတို့ ထားပါတော့ snowball အဲ့ winter ကတော့တော်တော်လွယ်
There are some things you have to play around, like
Tesca တို့ပါတို့ထက်ကိုမိုက်တယ်
as your early
ပြောရ
solo
မယ်ဆို
guard him with the snowball. That's when you're gonna be in trouble. But if he can get farmed up, which he should, it's a good matchup here in the mid lane for him. And honestly, Mikoto, he is the carry for Talon in this game. It's not really 23 Savage. It's gonna be more the Lina type because you play it with the right clicks from the mid lane.
Yeah, it feels like the 1 and the 3 kind of super tanky style.
Yeah.
Of course, that could work for Abaddon, but you mentioned the Doom counter, so we'll see how that goes long term. Whitemon again. It's like he's having this 1v1 battle with Jokum all game long.
Whereas also for Tundra, it's very important that BZM. Here's the first move of the game.
Yep, snowball does hit for Soxa.
Why maybe?
Goes in a
Why
lot of trouble.
maybe?
Cuckoo with the hex though. into the
အဲ့လို
other
why
shot.
မင်းတော့ Lina လည်းမခံ
Trying
နိုင်
to
ဘူး
get away. Oh, the
သိပြီလား
Vanguard
အိုး
blast
မသိ
moment.
သေးဘူး
Soxa getting super low. He's
နောက်
gonna
တစ်
get
ချက်
first blooded
1-1 trade သွားပြီ
Just barely. Makoto dies shortly after. Whitemon being chased perpetually by this axe.
He is slower.
လီနာလိန်ရတော့နိုင်တယ်
Yeah, but
ဒါ
wait
ပေ
for
မဲ့
that
အဲ့လို
battle.
supporter အားနဲ့ဝင်လုံးရင် queen bane က
Wait
ပူ
for
တာ
that
တယ်ဘာလို့
battle.
ဘလင့်ပါ
Any
fine.
second.
We're fake hyping a little too
အဲ့
hard.
လိုအနေထားရတော့ရှိ
Okay.
လက်စစ်ကြည့်လိုက်ရင်လည်းသိတာပါတယ်လီနာ
No,
23
no,
ရှစ်
sorry, it was
Joker.
Talon. Talon,
Yeah.
yeah.
ဟိုကောင်
So
18
Joker
ခွန်
off to
9
another
ကောင်လောက်
great start on
ပါတယ်
his
ဗောနော်
axe. Saw it
နည်းနည်းလေး
yesterday.
တာ
They do
လီ
again
နာ
have like a lot of stack clears. You were right about the battle hunger, Shannon.
လီနာမြင်
Some
အေ
big
ဘူကအကောင်လေး
That
တဲ့
one
လက်
breaks
ကူနာ
up,
ထိုးတယ်
very close call there.
Very close.
Extremely.
But let's have a look.
Laguna
So-
ထိုးတယ်ကောင်
'cause yeah, I wanted to say for Tundra they need BZM.
အမေခေကကောင်းနေပါ
Like
ပြီ
when
အခု
you
မေခေ
play
က
carry Dawn,
ရင်လိုမဟုတ်တော့ဘူး
obvious- like the hero
စွမ်းနေ
does
ပြီဟဲ့လား
scale,
ဒီနှစ်မှာ
but you get an early level 6 and you need to play around
ပိုစွမ်းလား
other heroes.
ပြန်ရ
So if
ပြီ
you're
တော့
on the Doom, not the best laning stage, so not the hero you're gonna look to play around too early. It's all gonna be about the mid lane and BZM. Rotating Saxa with him. How can Talon respond to the move? Because Tundra have very strong collapse plays here in this early game.
And right now, in terms of the CS, 23 having a free game, 35-12 on the Abaddon. Of course, Crystal's not too far behind on the 29-11 Dawnbreaker, so both position ones pretty damn happy at the moment. As Soxa continue to roam in the level 2 Tusk, 6-minute power rune is upon us, 10 seconds away.
Yeah, this is yesterday where Talon fell a little bit flat in one of the early games.
And BZM level 6, Makoto not quite there yet, so Sonic Wave at disposal.
Let's get the haste rune. This is a big deal. We'll have to say first active rune of the game, because this always it's connected with the play that we might see in 50 seconds. You know, on minute 7, you have the Wisdom Shrine invasion.
GG ထက်ရလောက်လားဒီနှစ်
Queen of Pain.
Starbreaker from Crystallis, Whitemon there.
GG
though.
ထက်ရလောက်လားဆိုတော့ဘာကိုရလားမေးရနောင်တာ
Here comes Soxa from the north. Down goes the Bristle.
Nice little touch by Tundra to get a kill here. The good news for Talon is that WS will respawn in time for the Wisdom Shrine. Because I will be surprised if Tundra will not bring 4 heroes here.
Yeah, they're going to go through the path of least resistance as Jokum.
9 မိနစ် room ပေးရပြီ
He goes. Yeah, don't want to mess with
ဒီ
the
နာ
Bane,
လာမ
that's
ကင်
for
ပေးရ
sure.
ပြီ
Let's see.
Need multiple targets.
ဟုတ်တယ်လီနာကလည်းလာမကင်ဘူး तू လာကင်လဲ तू သေဖို့များတယ်
Their
ပေါ့
own wisdom shrine, where BZM is also hasting over.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're gonna have
It's
some
gonna be a
split
fight for
action.
both. As bottom, the full channel from Cuckoo. Big sonic wave coming out as well. As Jokum is easily taken out, so Tundra get.
ဟိုတော့နှစ်ခုရသွားပြီ
Cuckoo
ကွာ
looks like he's going to drop eventually.
It's
So I
even.
believe they're getting both on Tundra. As 23
အဲ့တော့လီနာမကူနိုင်တဲ့အချိန်မှာကွင်းပိန်းကအောက်လန်းကိုလာကူလိုက်တယ်အဲ့တော့နှစ်နေရာရသွားပြီးသွား
Tundra.
Where?
We've seen this before, like the double wisdom shrine.
အော်မတော့ဘရိတ်ကစစ်ကြလာပြီ20 စားပြီးအစစ်မရောက်သေးဘူးရှော့ပြီ
They're going to get it. Down goes
ဟိုကကွက်တီတွေ
23.
ကြီးပဲ
That was a
Fight
huge
one.
instance of like these last 30
အန်တာ
seconds.
ထည့်လိုက်ရ
You
မှာ
get
ကွာ
this
နေ
double
မှီသေးလားမသိ
wisdom
ဘူးတ
shrine,
ကယ်
and
ထည့်
you
ခြင်း
can
နေ
carry with your fresh solar guardian of the game as well.
မှီသေးရင်ထည့်တော့
Done yet?
ဒီဘက်အန်တာလောက်တယ်ကွာကွန်ဒရာဟိုကလောက်မှနိုင်လောက်တယ်38မိနစ်လောက်မှနိုင်လောက်
Backing with the Starbreaker is insane, and yeah, WS continuing this death streak for Talon. 1 to 6.
အန်တာ please
Tundra just
အန်တာ44ပွင့်သေးလားမသိ
taking control.
Yeah, for Talon, it's more about damage
မပွင့်တော့ဘူး
control,
ကွာ
making sure
အဲ
that
သွား
this
ပြီ
game without giving away too
ထည့်
much.
လိုက်ရမှာကွာဆိုကိုနဲ့ကအန်တာအမြဲတမ်းကီးမကိုက်လို့အန်တာမထည့်တာတဲ့လားကြိုက်တာကြိုက်နေ
Blocking the stacks.
Yeah, Jokum gonna get the deny.
I mean, it's good that he denies, but when the game is about the mid lane, which it really is for both teams, what Tundra is doing is very, very good. They've double sentryed with both the left and the right side, which means mid
လူ
lane
တွေ
is
ထည့်လိုက်သေးလေ
cleansed
ကီးအန်တာဂျူရီရှင်အန်တာ
for about the vision for Talon. So it's a little bit annoying for them to
ကိုကနည်းနည်း
win,
ပူစီ
because
လိုက်တာ
that's
ကွာ
also used to be, I mean, he still does it now, but he's like a big counter to the Vanguard heroes. You have
အခုတော့
Vacuum,
ဂျူရီရှင်က
you
ဘယ်လောက်ပဲ
have
ပေါ်တော့လဲ
like we
ဆို
saw
တော့
before.
35ပဲပေါ်တော့တယ် over 35အန်တာ35နော်44ထည့်တာအခုချိန်ပတ်စံထုတ်ရုံပဲ 1.7 စစ်တောင်ရတာကွာကိုဘာလို့မထည့်မိလိုက်လဲမ
He
သိ
has no escape mechanism. It's kind of like a shadow fiend to a
ဒီလောက်
degree. Where
တိတာနေတာ
if you get on top of her, Lina will just drop really.
ခါတလေအဲ့လိုပဲ
As opposed
ခါ
to
တလေ
Quappa
ဟမ်
has a little bit
ပူ
more
စီ
tankiness
ပူစီ
and can obviously blink away.
ပူစီတို့
Which
ဆူ
means
ရှီ
right
တို့
now, like he needs people to play in front of him. Like you literally need people to body for you. And we've seen this yesterday. Like the little macro plays of how you use your heroes on the map is super important. They're just leaving 33 down bottom all alone. And Talon don't really have the greatest answer to this.
And typically, if you leave 33 all alone for a long enough time, he is just going to be
Top
a
man for him.
monster.
Yeah. Especially on the Mr. Doom, of course. As they're making play around mid, but remember, there's a
Yeah.
Solar Guardian as well.
Solar
Solar
Guardian
Guardian.
is coming. Dakota gets off the
သင်းလာ
Luna,
ပြီ
but is stuck
အေး
inside
ဆိုး
the
နေဝေး
shark.
နှ
Big
ကောင်
sonic
မှ
wave
ဒုံးမှ
now from
ထည့်လိုက်ပြီ
BZM.
ဘောလို့တိုင်းနဲ့
Walking
သွေးမ
away
တက်
with
ဘူး
the bottle as the TP came in from 23 Savage, but Dakota
Baby,
being
di ba
pursued by
maraga?
BZM. Still finding a little good amount of distance as eventually 23 does fall. At the very least, Makoto for the Talon
ကောင်းနေ
side
ကဘာတွေ
will
ကိုပြက်
survive.
နေရပဲ
A
ကြည့်
nice
အောင်
hammer
Winston
onto
တို့
two
နှစ်ခု
with their
ပါသွားတာ
Starbreaker
အဆတာပဲ
both
အဲ့မှာ
as
ဟိုဘက်
well.
စပိုတာတွေက level
One
တောင်
support
သွား
down
ပြီ
and Soxa's not
ကြည့်အောင်
done.
Axa level 3
Another one
တဲ့
bites the dust. Double kill for Soxa. 3 dead for Talon. Could have been worse, obviously, with Makoto, but still, Tundra getting basically everything.
Oh, absolutely. And
Yeah,
this
yes,
is supposed to
yes,
show, like, sure, Axe 4, right? It's strong early. We saw
ဒီကိုကျရင်အန်တာချင်းအန်တာမှာတဲ့ထည့်ပြီးရင်တော့
But if you
ဦးပါ
compare
မှာ
SC
အဲ့လိုဖြစ်
to
နေတာ
Soxa's, it is night and day difference.
ကိုအန်တာကြိုက်ပြီ
Whereas Tundra just
ဆိုပြီး
making
တော့
all the moves happen.
ထည့်မိတဲ့ပွဲတွေက
Almost like a
over
snowball
တယ်
onto
ကွာ
Makoto. There's
အဲ့အမြဲတမ်းပဲ
alarm going off on Talon.
အဲ့ကြောင့်ဒီပွဲအန်တာတော့ကြိုက်တယ်မထည့်ရဲလိုက်တာ
Paid
လုံးဝ
price.
မထည့်လည်းမထည့်ရောကြည့်အောင်မှာလုတ်ပြနေ
And WS, he's
တယ်လုံးဘက်
he's
ခမ်းဘက်
struggling.
ပွိုင်းက
He's 1200 behind the next core.
နည်းနည်းတော့ခက်တယ်ကွာဘာလို့ဒီဘက်မှာတက်စကာအစောကြီးတကာရနေရတော့ပါလို့ဆိုရင်စနိုးဘော safe တွေလာတော့မှာအဲ့ညညရင်ဟိုကောင်ကြီးကငပေါ်ကြီးဖြစ်တော့
It's not good. Sure, there's a few seconds where you don't take damage, but you're not healing anything.
A lot of underwear is picked up for the Tundra side.
Yeah. And Cobalt Cups also for the movement speed, of course, very good. You said a lot of underwears. There's one. You're lying.
Well, I guess I did.
WS?
Well, when you go commando style, I guess one is everything.
That's true. It's already infinitely more than what you expect. Did I just... Wait, hold on. I need to click 33. Yeah, he has a holy locket queued up. Is that real life?
Huh. Interesting.
I have never seen that, so let's see if that goes through.
And Jokum caught off guard, gets
Maybe
punched
I mean-
in the air. Should go down eventually, so BZM finds him.
But I'm a
Pretty
nail,
lead for
3
Tundra right
game.
now.
3K အဲ့လောက်တော့မဟုတ်သေးဘူးကွာ hero တွေသာစွတ်သေးနေရနော် 3K ကအရင်မမြောင်ပုံမှန်အနေထားလောက်မှမရှိအဓိက level တွေကွာနေအောင် level တွေ
Just have to get that farm before you're really fearsome.
It is
ဘာနဲ့ network ကလည်း9000နေအောင်ပါဒီပွဲကပြောလို့တော့ခက်သေးတယ်နေအောင်ဒီနောက်က
really can't kill without Lina, basically.
35 36 over လည်းဖြစ်နိုင်သေးတယ်
You want like your maelstrom into more items on the Lina herself, so of course they need more time.
အကြေးမပေါ်
But
တော့
Tundra, they need to be
ကြေး
ahead
မ
and
ပေါ်
they're
တော့
doing the
ဘတ်လို့မရ
absolute correct things are doing so. Where yeah,
အကုန် lock
we're seeing him struggle a
ပုံ
lot.
lock ခက်
Yeah, I mean, the Wisdom Shrine play was just crippling for Talon.
Because it's like a multi-layer. You don't do super well in lane.
အဲ့တော့ share သူထည့်ထားတဲ့ item ကြီးက
Tundra took over your triangle. You also
စပူတာဆိုတော့လဲ blame မင်းနဲ့မာလို့မရဘူးပြည့်တကားဆိုဝေးလာဝေး
Cuckoo does hit level 6 and
Đi bien,
will be
mi.
the recipient of the Walrus punch.
Mùi này
Puts
lên
down
thòng
the
này
serpent
hả?
ward, just 23
Bóng
savage
này gái
but
chả
Solar
là-
Guardian is coming.
What?
Snowball to follow.
Nó vô đây mà.
Stormbreaker. It's going to be enough to take out the Rosses.
အိတ်ပါအိတ်ထား
ult
ပြီး
is
သွား
down. And
အာ
now the
ကိုက်ပ
Grid
လိုက်
on
ပြီ
top.
ဗျာ
That is the death of the position 1
သူတို့
of
ပြီးသူ
Talon.
တို့ကြီးပဲ
Sonic Wave
ဒီ
on
မှာလည်း
Makoto.
မီကိုတုံးနဲ့ဝိုင်းဝိုင်းနေ
Being
ညိ
reciprocated onto BZM though. Links in. This is really close. He actually does get the kill with the Scream of Pain. So Tundra again not punished at all.
Illegal.
We're in some bad news here in this early game for Talon. I mean, I will say, when Queen gets some of these items, it's super annoying for you to do anything as Delina. She just blinks on top of you with Bondage and now with the Blade Mail as well. And yeah, I mean, we've talked about it, that the lineup is a bit slow, and they will continue to need time.
Yeah, they
You are
not
a
get
piece
it.
of
This is starting to
cooking.
snowball. That was a southern accent all of a sudden.
Snowball.
ဘေကိန်းရှုံးမှမလို့အ
Trouble
တင်း
here.
ဖိနေရလားတဲ့
Tower about to
အဲ
fall.
အဲ့လိုပြောလို့ရတယ်အဲ့လိုပြောလို့ရတယ်ဘာလို့လီနာဆောက်ရမ်းတောင်ဝိုင်းသိတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲကိုနေ့က PL တွေဘာတွေကိုတော့ရိုက်ခွဲထားတဲ့ hero ကြီးကွာ hero nature ဟိုကစွမ်းတယ်ဒီဘက်မှာလေကိန်းဆိုလို့ဒွန်းတော့ပါတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ဒွန်းကအဘာတန်အောင်ထည့်ဖို့များတယ်
I mean, it's still the issue. You just can't get a kill without Makoto.
လီနာကိုထည့်တယ်လီနာကိုမီမှာမဟုတ်
Yeah,
လီနာ
but the
move
thing
speed
at
ရ
the
ဆော
same
င်း
time
မြန်
is he doesn't like. I wouldn't be wanting to join that much if I'm the Lina, because I
Yeah.
also need to farm. Like I need to take this game.
ရှာမန်နေရောပါ
So let's
decisive ဒီဘက်မှာတော်တော်များတယ်
set up very
လေကိန်းကို
Not really looking.
အိုက်တန်နေသာပေးရလိုက်ရင်
For Tundra, they did force 23 Savage out
Mà
of the
lười.
bottom lane, which means tier 1 bottom may be soon to fall. And he did pick up a Holy Locket on Doom. I will say that I have not seen this. So unless this is a
ဒွန်းထဲနေရလေကြည့်အောင်
recent
ဘာတွေတော့
last-
33တကယ်ကိုယူမှတာတွေကြီးပဲနော်ဒီကောင်လုံနေ
I mean, I like the idea
ဒွန်း Holy Locket တဲ့ bro
it's already hard for Talon to kill one hero. You now amplify it even more. You have the Solar Guardian that can heal. You have the Snowball that can help. You can run in with your Holy Locket and like pump out.
Oh,
and heal
ဒီကောင်
someone
ရဲ့
else too.
Yep. Speaking of Solar Guardian,
ရှက်က
BZM
သွေးပြည့်တယ်မလား
will help
ဒွန်းရဲ့ရှက်က
expedite that a bit.
အဲ့ဒါကြောင့်ကွာဒီကောင်
Soxa from the side.
ဟို
Makoto
ရှေ့မှာတန့်မှုအတွက်
assassinated already. Cuckoo
Holy
stuck
Locket ကြီး
inside
ဖြတ်
of
ထည့်
the
တာ
shards,
ဖြစ်မ
gonna
ယ်
get Starbreaker.
သူကသူများကို
And
ဟီး
now
ပေး
the
တဲ့ကောင်
grip
တော့မဟုတ်
applied
ဘူးကွာ
to
ကိုယ့်ကို
the
ဟီးတဲ့
borrow
ကောင်
time Abby. As the call does absolutely nothing from Jokum. So 23 Savage is
Oh.
actually going to avoid the Sonic
Oh,
Wave,
wow.
but I think this is still a death for the Abaddon as Whitemon with the double kill of all the heroes. Jokum is the one to survive because they're just ignoring him.
Yeah.
Because he just has no way to initiate at the moment.
Well, Crystal is throwing a little tip on BZM, missing the Sonic Wave, but not like it really matters. Yeah, Tundra have a very, very strong lead here. That's a 6k lead, and they're killing you at your tier 2 without 33 even being involved. He's just chilling. He's got the Holy Locket. He's got drums. He can buy whatever he wants. He also has the good old drums Cobalt Cup combo. Once again, I will say it. Every team should have this. Just having movement speed is so incredibly useful. Whereas for Talon, they need to find a way to... They need to slow down the game. They cannot let this network lead grow much more.
WS caught off guard on the bottom side of the map. They have so many stuns, and the tag team just stacking up. WS taken out by Soxa.
I mean, he's just dying to these two heroes.
Talent, they have to get something here. Absolutely. Soxa better than nothing. Although Chrysalis shows up,
Well, they're
Jokum
getting
with the call onto 3, but he's surrounded and killed.
They're getting a feed. That's all they're getting.
Man, oh man, this is real bad for Talon. As Makoto is the prize for Tundra if they can grab him. Might have to settle for Cuckoo, gets off the Serpent wards, and looks like Tundra just going to retreat. Maybe just farm up the wards as well.
Well, they're just
ဒီနာ
happy
ပြန်ပြီးတော့
with the lead.
online ဖြစ်ဖို့ကလေ
In the meantime, you have a little Bane that's farming mid. You're setting up top 23. You are absolutely out of position. Let's see if they
Pretty
can catch
fast,
up to them.
though.
So it's 33. The face drop.
ပြီးလောက်တယ်ရော့
Oh,
တစ်
this
ချက်
is a bad moment for Ice
Yeah,
Shards.
and now the blocks, gets the stomp.
Đúng mà
off,
thế này
Doom
coi,
to
tuy mới tắt đầu.
follow.
Ê, thả lại.
Time eventually comes, but
အဲ့လိုတော့မရဘူး
he's going to be on low HP.
ရော
Another
နှစ်
death
ဆယ်
for
နှစ်ကောင်နဲ့ကွာ
23 as 33.
အဲ့ခံရ
showing
ချက်
why
တည်
He's 10 digits higher.
အဲ့ကလေးစစ်စစ်တွေကိုမစော့ကြတော့
Got a blade mail shield rune on BZM, so he doesn't care.
Yep, Sonic Wave reserved.
အဲ့ဒါလည်းပါတယ်ဒီထွန်ဒရာက
be a kill.
လက်ကြီးကဟက်ကရီစစ်စစ်မစော့ဟက်ကရီစစ်စစ်စော့လို့ရတဲ့ဟီရိုပစ်ခဲ့ရင်တော့မှအဲ့လိုမစော့ မနေ့က main game ပဲကြည့်
Like wherever you go, the moment Tundra angle
မနေ့ကဘောတနေ့ရပြော
just one body, you have to
မင်းကြီးကင်းပဲကြည့်
And they're not letting up at all.
ဟက်ကရီစော့လို့ရတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့မစော့ဘူး33
top tier team.
Room Master နဲ့အဲ့လိုမိုက်ရက်တွေပါဖန်တော့ဒီကောင် post 1တင်ပြီးတော့လက်ကြီးက post 3 တတာအဲ့လိုစော့ပြီးတယ်
Caught out. Gonna be
သူ
greeted
ကိုယ်
by
တိုင်က
BZM.
လည်းအဲ့လိုစော့တဲ့ကောင်
LSA does
So
hit.
cute.
Attempted TP. Snowball.
Ooh,
It
T
does
wire.
cancel. And yet another
Oh.
death.
Nice call to not use the Solar Guardian there. Saxa.
လက်ကြီးကဘာထူးနော်ထိတ်သုံးရောက်နေတော့အိုက်တန်သွားတာဖင်ရပြီတဲ့
To get the dream.
Uh-oh. It's possible. Let's see. We need talent to smoke up. Who do they kill?
ကောင် position 3လေထုံးတာ position 1
Maybe not
33
Soxa,
Killing
Bane,
a
I guess.
position 3ကလက်ကြီးအဲ့ကစားပေါ်ဒီကောင်ဘယ်တော့ထချိန်မလဲမ
He's
သိ
gonna get the 22
အဲ့လို
aspect
သွားနေတာတော်တော်ကြာ
out of
ပြီ
the way.
Solar Guardian.
အဒီပွဲကတော့ဒွန်းကလည်းဟိုလိုတွေသွားနေတာနော် Holy Locket တွေ
Under the
blah blah
tier
blah တွေ
2
သွား
tower,
နေတာ
but the nightmare
လက်ကြီးကလည်းအပြာချောင်းဆိုဟုတ်တော့ဟုတ်နေ
further.
တကယ်အစ်စ် carry မပါဘူးလေကင်းရောက်သွားရင်အဲ့လိုမွားဝါနိုင်တယ်
Basically
အဲ့ဒါ
any pace that they want.
ဒါလည်းသူတို့ဂျားထဲမှာလွတ်သွားမှာပါ
Finished
မ
with
လွတ်ဘူး
Raven.
တောက်လျှောက်ဖိထားနိုင်မယ်ဆိုရင်
I
တော့
also like this from Tundra. You
One bar.
cannot, when you're up this far, you need to hold all your tier ones. Like the map is already so slim for talent to play, and they're just
သူတို့အသင်းက
trying to
လည်း
spend
လွတ်
any
သွားမယ်
damage
မ
that
ထင်
they
ပါဘူး
can.
သူဖိတာတွေတော်တော်ကောင်း
But even with all these item builds, it's just not easy.
ဘယ်လုံးကောင်
for
တွေဘယ်ပြေးလို့
Tundra
ပြေးရမ
as
လဲမသိ
one
ဘူး
as hold that thought.
This would
BZM.
be a huge
Hey,
kill.
hey,
LSS,
I'm a
absolutely.
meaty
There it is,
call.
the third kill for Talon.
It's
One
happening.
away.
The
Tundra
call.
just need to get one kill.
Which they absolutely
And we
can.
can
အဲ့တကောင်လည်း
celebrate.
အကောင်ကြီးကြီးဟာ
The 3-2-2.
စပူတာမဟုတ်ဘူးနော်မစ်ကြီးအတန်တော့တန်သွားပြီအဲ့ပစ်ကောရလိုက်တာ
My apologies.
Chrysalis. Knowing how important this moment is for Tundra, going to be very careful.
As they should
Probably
be.
will wait for the quap to come up 20 seconds away just to ensure that they can get that one sweet kill.
They do have the Ags available on Crystallis as well, so of course he is very, very happy to join all of these plays.
WS shadowed right now. Is Jokum eventually going to get these stacks for his cores? As a Blink Dagger almost online for Saxa. Makes that snowball save that much easier. Feels like he's not needed to save anyone really this
They're
game.
just on the perma aggression.
Nightmare from Whitemont. Jokum trying to make sure that this 3-2-2 does not occur. Walrus Punch in the air, but the
There it is.
Starbreaker brings us to fruition. The 3-3-2-2 is
It is
there,
over.
and now it's gone.
3-3,
Cherish these moments in life,
3-3-2-2.
ladies and gentlemen. 2 dead for Talon. Solar Guardian on top of Makoto. This is a dumpster stomp if I've ever seen one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not mince words. Let's
ဆမ်
not
ဖတ်မလွယ်တော့ပါဘူး
pretend. Doom applied to the
Deal.
Abaddon. The bristle gets away.
ဘလို့ချချော
But it matters not. Tundra are completely dominating.
နော်တက်စကား
They
ဒါ
have
ကာ
full
နဲ့
control of this game. And at this point, all the talent can do is hope to split the sides, get farm, and get to the stages that they want to get to. I mean, they are generally a slower team, right? Yesterday they did last pick the Medusa, and of course they did get there. But yeah, in this game, not the same story. Wherever Tundra go, you are going to die if you are Talon. It's a completed Radiance also on 33.
Okay.
ဘုံက radiant အခုမှတုံးက carry item တွေပြန်လာတာအားလီဖိဖို့အတွက်ကိုထည့်ထားတဲ့နှစ်ကွက် Holy Locket နဲ့ Dram နဲ့ပြောမယ်ဆိုအဲ့ Holy Locket ကနည်းနည်း
say that I
လေး
like it
ပေးရတယ်
because,
နော်
well, Holy Locket did get nerfed a little bit over recent patches, but I still think the item is very good and it's nice and easy to build. Whitemon with the high ground ward will put WS on the low
Oh.
ground.
Yeah, but the
ဟုတ်
blink
ကြ
shot
သွားပြီနိုင်မဲကြီး
from
နဲ့
Sox gets the Walrus Punch on
အသက်
to
ကြီး
Jokum, gets off the
ဘုံ
Berserker
ကနိုင်မဲ
Star
မိ
as
ပြီ
the
အပေါ်
Sonic
အောက်ကြီးပြုတ်ကြသွားတယ်
Wave
အောက်မှာအကိုက်
too
ခံလိုက်ရ
much
ပြီ
like
ဟာ
Shackle applied to the tusk, but you can see
တိုးလိုက်တာ
inside of the water area, WS drops to the deck.
Wisdom Shrine in 10.
Oh boy, just
You
gonna
Sleep
have to
walking,
celebrate
sleep
this
walking.
raid, Yeah.
You
ဟာ
can.
22 minute run တွေပါပေးရပြီ
Saxa looking for more connections. Gonna find the
Ooh.
axe. Shards way off.
နားမှာလီနာတော့ရှိတယ်ကောင်လေးအရန်ရွာလို့တော့မကောင်းအဲ
Looking for the kill.
ရွာတယ်ရွာတယ်
Snowball will ensure it, although the essence range
ဘာစကား
slows
ကော
it
ရဲ့
down a
လီ
bit.
နာဘယ်ဟာ
Berserker's call. Jokum
Uh-oh.
အော်
ends up
Donald
getting his
is
head
up.
ဟိုမှာဘာစကားနှစ်ကောင်ကောပြီးတာလီနာအနားမှာမရှိ
Time
ဘူးတဲ့
just to get away.
Yeah, all of this even without the Donnie being available. Crystallis was working on his cooldown. Yeah, this is not a very pretty inventory for Mikoto either. Maelstrom into Boots of Travel, and now your next item is a 4-staff. It's not ideal.
Yeah, we had a meme in the last Dream League where Talon would almost every time lose game 1 and in horrific fashion.
Really?
Like literally just this.
Well, they got
And
pretty
then
far doing that.
yeah, and then they would win the next 2.
Well, then maybe they're just recreating.
I think the meme was, or the lore of the meme continued to grow as 23 Savage, you know, he's talking about how they get off to slow starts. He just had to take a shower after that first game.
Interesting.
And then things changed. The problem is you're at a LAN. Where are you taking a shower exactly? There's bidets, I suppose, you could use if you're really desperate.
You can do it here in the toilet.
Yeah.
I don't think it's very pretty, but
Tundra ရိုရှန်နဲ့ game မရဘူးကွာအခုမှကြည့်နေရိုရှန် game ကိုလည်းခတ်တယ်
you gotta make it happen.
ဒီပွဲကြီးကအဲ့လိုမျိုးလိမ့်ဖယ်နဲ့38မိနစ်တို့မိနစ်40တို့ရောက်
Not
လောက်
just
လာ
in the draft, but especially when it comes to
ဟိုကောင်လေးသားတကယ်ပတ်ပြေးနိုင်ရင်ရောက်လောက်တယ်
Yeah, it's probably going to be there till the next one spawns as well as Tormy.
36လောက်တော့ရောက်လောက်တယ်
the map
အဲ
so
ဆုံး
hard to just continue to like
ဒါပေမဲ့ပတ်မပြေးပဲချရင်တော့လေမပြောတတ်ဘူးကောင်လေးကအမြဲတမ်းချခြင်း
all the tier 1s are
29
doing
လေး
this into like a queen of pain a
ဟိုကောင်
tusk
လေး
and a dawnbreaker plus
ဘာလဲ
pain,
ဥရိုရာတုံးကအဲ့လိုပတ်ပြေးတာတော်တော်တော်တယ်နော်အဲ့ကောင်လေးဥရိုရာတုံးကပတ်ပြေးပြီးဆော့သွားတကယ်ကောင်းတယ်
His harpoon looks to be the next item.
အားလီနေနေပတ်ပြေးတယ်
23 finishes his second item. It's a
Oh,
half
wow.
one though in the Yasha.
ကွန်ဒရာနဲ့တော့က
Very sad inventory.
tie breaker
for the side of Talent. Just one of those things where
အတဲလုံးကတော့အဲ့လောက်မ
things
ဆော့
wrong
နိုင်
in the
ဘူး
laning stage,
ဥ
your
ရိုရာလောက်မ
recent
ဆော့နိုင်
shrines
ဘူး
get
ကြည့်ရ
stolen, you take
အဲ့မ
one
ပြေးနိုင်
really bad fight and the game just gets mega hard.
absolutely this one is a big snowball.
WS ကလည်းပိုက်ထည့်တယ်
WS
ခရစ်ဗင်က
likely
လေး
to
ပါ
fall
လေရင်
again,
ထည့်တာ
or
မဟုတ်ဘူး
Jokum, or both.
Yeah, let's see if they can. Nope, it'll just be Jokum. Gets punched, gets killed.
Well, for me, if there is any comeback to be had for Talon, it will be off of
ဘယ်ရင်တာကတော့အိုင်ဒန်တလဲသားတိတ်မသိတာတော့
but
ဘူး
he needs to get a couple more items on the deck. You're gonna need like a
Mm,
pipe,
a little
maybe a Mjolnir, maybe even
အဲ့
a
လိုပဲအဲ့လို
BKB.
ပဲ
Because the problem is with 23
အဲ့အရင်ဆောက်လဲသွားရင်လည်းအခန်းမပေးရ
even
မှာ
if you get highly
ဥပမာတခုံတို့ပါတော့ဒွန်းသွားလိုက်
swamped,
တယ်တို့ပါ
you
တော့
are not going to carry this game.
ဒွန်းအိုက်တန်တခုံတို့ပါ
Gonna get doomed.
အဲ့ဒီ Holy Locket တို့ပါတော့အခုသွားရတာအရင်ဆောက်တလဲမဟုတ်ဘူးနော်အဲ့ဒါသူ့ကနေသူ impact ကထွက်တယ်
Trying to focus everything onto the bristleback.
ဟီလာဆော့လို့ရတယ်အဲ့ဒါကြီး
comes out from Makoto.
ဟီလာမဟုတ်ဘူးဘာ
Meantime,
လို့ခေါ်မလဲ
Sansa
တ
does
န်
take a
တန်
double. He
ဆော့
has
လို့
a
ရတယ်
killing streak, so that is a lot of gold in Makoto's pocket.
ဒီနာပြစ်နေပြီနော်ဒါမှလည်းမရဘူးကွာလက်ကြီးရဲ့ပွေနောက်ချက်တွေကြားမှာလီနာကပြေးလို့တော့လွတ်သွားလောက်ပြီ
Pretty far
နောက်မှာ
away
ဘာနဲ့ပြန်ဝင်လာပြီဘာစကာကောနှစ်ကောင်အေးစပြီလား
healing
စပြီလား
expedition. Chrysalis though, the Starbreaker is too much.
I'm
23
sorry.
Savage, no ult to work with. Ultra kill for
မဆောက်
Chrysalis.
ဘူးအဘာတန်းအဆင်
They
မရှိ
just
ဘူး
don't have the damage to pump through it. Like you have luminosity heals.
ဒီနာလည်း
there's
ချော
so
ရတယ်
many,
နောက်
even
ဆုံး what the
33
fuck
walk
ဘလို့
by,
ဝါ
even
ဘူးပဲ
confined by Holy Locket onto Crystallis to keep him alive as well. I will say there is something in these drafts with these elusive mid heroes. You know, your Storms, your Quap, your Embers, your Pucks. When they're played with so much backup, you have the Tusk that can both help you aggressively and defensively. You have the Snowball save. You have the Solar Guardian. It's just looking too strong when these heroes get out of control.
ကူကဓာတ်ကာနဲ့နော်
Mercifully for Talon.
ဒီကြီး
Game
လောက်
is
ကို
still
ဖမ်းထားနိုင်
quite
မဆို
early
ဘူး
on, so their death timers are not.
ဟုတ်တယ်ပေါ်တယ်ဆင်းနေပြီပေါ်တယ်ဆင်းနေပြီဒီကြီးလောက်ကိုမင်းမဆိုးဘူးအေးစမုတ်သွားပြီ
taken.
အဲ့ဒါအောင်မြင်သွားရင်နော်
Team fight win for Tundra and
Let's see
Talon. They want
အေး
to fight
အမ
again.
အမလာပြီ
Dooku.
ထုတ်ထားတယ်နောက်မှာ X ရောက်လာပြီ
From BZM, though, but he gets a full shackle onto Chrysalis, attempting
အေး
to hold the fight, but
အေး
he
ရ
dies.
သွားပြီနော်
So
call
big
light
kill for
3
Talon.
ဒါပေမဲ့ရသွားတဲ့ကောင် Bistable ဟို
To
ပတ်
say
စံ
that was
1100
needed is an understatement.
အဲ့ဒါမဆိုးဘူး
That was a big
You don't
kill.
need that.
SWS will inject that gold into himself, which does give them the pipe crimson timing,
1100
which
1100
helps. But do you have enough damage to back it up for now? Any time and space they get, of course, is great for them, as they did use a very nice high ground ward that Kuku got to place a couple minutes prior to get this kill onto Crystallis.
And when are we going to see the first row?
အဲ့ဒီကောင်ရှက်လဲမဝယ်ဘူးဟိုက Holy Locket ကြီးထည့်ပြီးရှက်ဝယ်
We're
မှ
gonna
ရ
see it in this nighttime
Yeah, come on.
from Tundra. And
Healer
somewhere
ဖြစ်
when
မှာ
you're
လေ
really far ahead and the enemy
60 ရာ
team
ခိုင်နှုန်း
too many
လားမသိဘူး
touches
သူ့ရဲ့
will
level
back,
2
'cause
damage
they're playing so
60 ရာခိုင်နှုန်း
defensive.
သွေးပြည့်
You
တာ
go
လား
back to Roche now, use this to like
အဲ့ဟာနဲ့
collapse the
ပေါင်း
twos and the base.
တွဲသုံးမှာကောင်းမှာ
Who wants to
You
kill
think
the
there's
creepers?
any way Talon
Thank
can
God,
steal?
thank
They do
God.
have a pretty good Roche team.
No. Tundra would have to go AFK.
Okay.
As Joker
So it
dies
is
pretty
possible.
fast.
You're telling me there is a chance. 30 seconds on the deck for the axe right now. Tundra. Soxa with the snowball as Kuku on the other side will be picked off. Now they're going to TP in mask. Soxa does drop to the deck. Makoto gets that kill, but BZM now pursuing. Attempted TP. No Sonic Wave to work with, so he's out of there. Doom applied to the bristle, so that'll be a freebie for 33. Double kill. Ends up being a 1 for 3.
Yep. Next time Soxa is alive, most likely that's when they will head into the Roshan. Because yeah, 7 to 36. It's been a while since I've seen such one-sided game when it came to the kill score. Currently Savage, of course, trying to work on the Manta to help with the map, but also his own scaling. Well, gem up on Whitemon, which means it's going to be very hard for Talon to kind of retain the vision they have
QB
on the
လေး game
map.
ကျန်းအာ QB လေး game ကျန်းတော့ကျန်းတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့လီနာနဲ့ QB နဲ့ဆိုရင်
I think they need to
Hit
go for
that.
a break
Lina
it off on
Putin.
Thunder side. Feels like they're not really having issue killing.
ပင်ပိန် hit တာ
No,
လီနာကိုကြော်လို့တော့မ
definitely
ရ
not. They have
Let's be
damage for
quiet.
days. Also, the longer the fight goes, you have Co-op, you have Dawnbreaker, you do a lot. You also have Doom against the Abaddon, so it's another hero you don't really need the break for.
I just get that 25 on Doom.
Yeah, and then it's just can't do anything.
I mean, you probably still take mute though, right?
I would say so. Like, I just think it's too good.
Yeah.
Because then you're back to literally the old Doom where you have no counterplay other than running. Or hoping that you somehow stay alive.
ဟိုပါတော့မယ်35မိနစ်
Well, 23. Very slowly progressing towards that Manta cell. He's bottom net worth of the cores.
Yep.
3K away from the position 4.
93 garbage ကအရင်ရတဲ့ထွန်ဒရာကလားမဟုတ်ပါ
Been
ဘူး
a rough one for sure.
နေအောင်အဲ့ကောင်
And
စော်
he
သွား
does
ဘူး
have
လား
the
မ
Manta.
စော်သွားဘူး
This
ပါဘူး
will, I mean, if they can hold on long enough, which is a big if, at least can amplify his farm. WS gonna pop the smoke. Soxa with the wall response.
Solar
The
Guardian
ice
if they
shards
want.
box them both in. Beautiful Solar Guardian. That is a wombo combo. Two
Wombo
dead for
combo.
Talon. And now Tundra
ညနာနဲ့အ
lucky
ထု
it's
ခံရ
the
တာ
fifth they
အေး
go.
Yep. You also have an Arcane Rune.
ကောင်တာ
which is easier.
ကောင်တာ
It's
ထောက်
very
ပေး
aggressive.
မဲ့ကောင်ကြီးကိုသူတို့ဘာလို့
Solar Guardian
position 4
available,
ရွှေ့
but
လိုက်
it's
လဲ
not
မ
like
သိ
he needs it. So yeah.
position
Roshan
3 ပဲ
will go
ထား
back.
ပြီးတော့ဆော့ရင်တော့
It's,
တစ်မျိုး
Aegis and also an Abyssal Blade complete.
ကောင်တာတွေ
Super
ဒီဘက်က
solid.
လည်းတက်စကာတို့ဘာလို့နဲ့ကောင်တာတွေအရန်ထွက်လာတဲ့အ
One
ချိန်
doing
မှာ
the right
pistol
thing.
back
You
ထည့်
need
ပြီး
to
တော့
help your team do Roche, so you can already set up on the other side of the map.
နေရာရွှေ့ချလိုက်တာနော်
And Jokum spotted here.
ဘာရန် let's bit
No. No
ပ
way
စ်
to
ကကျွန်
cancel.
တော့ကျွန်သွားတယ်လုံးဝ
He will make it out.
BZM will let him live. The first roach of the game, Tundra. No big
ဒီကြီးက
surprise.
ဒါမှမထည့်
Biggest
ဘူး
surprise
ဘို
to
င်
me
သေး
is
တဲ့
that
ဘိုင်လေးက
29 minutes.
ဘိုင်သေးထည့်ပြီးဘာ
Yeah,
လို့
I guess they prioritized the map a little more.
ပြာကြောင့်ပလိမီ
above
တော်
that,
ပြီ
just
ပေါ့
making sure that talent don't get too
ထည့်ပါ
late.
လားအဇော
Move
ဖြစ်
on
ဖြစ်
the side lanes, press any walls, 'cause, yeah, as we
တ
can
ခု
see,
ခုကွာဆိုင်ရာရှာဖြစ်ဖြစ်ဘိုင်သေးကြီးကဒါမှမထွက်ဘူးအမားတလိုင်း
Let's see here. Cuckoo trying to place a couple of wards, but when you play against the gem, you're either full protecting it, or if you leave this area, I mean, Whitemon, he will just cleanse straight through this ward later. I like the little use pickup from Soxa. You know that eventually in this game, Joker will get a Blink Dagger.
They're going to try their efforts onto WS. Maybe rethinking it as 23 Savage shows himself, applying some pressure to Soxa, but 33 is there. Sonic Wave pops the borrowed
don't
time
take
down
it
the
on,
nightmare
man.
into the
Don't-
likely doom if 33 can get in the vicinity. And he
Hold
gets
on,
the
Malone.
doesn't even need it, in fact. Easy
93
kill.
garbage ဖြစ်သွားပြီမဒုံးကဒီဘက် pistol back ကိုထည့်လိုက်
Doom applied to the bristle just to keep him out of the fight.
ဒီနာသူ့ရှိမှာအဲ့လိုမာပေးမဲ့ကောင်တွေများနေရတာနဲ့ပြစ်မရတာသိလားအဲ့မာပေးမဲ့ကောင်တွေကလည်းမမာနိုင်ဘူးမအဘာတန်လိုကောင်တော့မှ
Like 1k GPM.
ဘာမှမသိပျောက်
You
သွား
look at the clock, they have 20
ဒီ7လည်း
gold, they have
မာပြီးလို့မရ
Aegis.
ဘူး
They're so tanky
သူ့မှာ
on
လ
all
န့်နေရ
heroes.
သိရလီနာလေးကတနာပါပြစ်မရ
Absolutely hard for Talon to answer this one. If you come too close,
Supporter
you're getting
ကွာသွားတာ
to
အ
ice
ဓိက
shot it, you
supporter
likely just fall.
ဒီ hero ကြီး supporter ရွှေ့လိုက်တဲ့အချိန်မှာသူပြောင်း
And
မြန်
if
နေ
you
ဖြစ်
spend
သွား
the buyback, you're just never getting an item the rest of the game.
ကားတွေအဲ့လိုပဲ
One set.
I wonder what the win
လေ
rate is
ဝို
of
င်း
Dawn
ကိုယ့်အနေကို
with
လေ
Tusk
ထွက်သွားရင်
together. They're
တိုင်
very
ပတ်
good
သွား
as
ဂိမ်း
they
က
save each other, they have a lot of aggression.
သူများကိုလှည့်တာကတော့သူများကိုပဲ
Paired with
ဒါ
Quap,
ပေမဲ့
like
ကိုယ့်အနေ
this
ကိုလေ
trio
သွား
must have a very,
hero ပစ်လက်ရင်လည်းကိုယ့်အကို
in this
လေထွက်
tournament and overall. I think it's definitely something you have to pay more respect to.
ဒဆူလည်းမိုက်တယ်ဟုတ်ဒဆူဆိုလည်းတာဝါတွေပါချိုးလို့ကောင်းမိသွားပြီ
Yes, he will. That's never a good place to be.
No. Okay, so Talon want to use this moment as they know that Tundra TP'd like 2 to 3 heroes into the bottom side. Maybe they can find somebody who's alone.
And right now it is Crystallis who can obviously ult in when the fight begins, but if he gets jumped, the old classic counter to Dawnbreaker, go search for her in the jungle. Of course, they didn't pursue very far in their endeavors.
Yeah, looks like they did abort that mission.
They're going to get ready to abort this game when Tundra wins this next fight in all likelihood.
Well, very likely.
Makoto gets jumped.
Yo.
Solar Guardian dead. 60 seconds of no Lina. No buyback in 23. Okay, nice call onto several heals, but the instant Yules to counter it. 23 Savage just tickling at this point. Axe is dead. Full shackle duration on the Soxa, but now he can turn his sights on to the Rasta instead. And now the
easy မှာထည့်ရ
on to 23 Savage. Does get the
အလင်းတော့ခုံ
blink
အာ
off,
ကျိုးလိုက်
but
ဆွဲတယ်
back
တေးပြီ
into
လေ
his
လို့
arms, and the Sonic Wave to finish the
အိမ်
job.
ထဲတော့ပေးဝင်လိုက်ပါ
And
ပွဲက
Tundra
လုံးဝပြတ်
just
ထွက်
completely
45ကောင်
dominate,
9ကောင်
not
နဲ့
remotely close.
ကေးကတော့ over သွားတယ်ကြည့်အောင်
Brutal from
45ကောင်
start to
9ကောင်ဆိုတော့ 52ကောင်ကေး over တယ်
easy because you don't need
duration under ပေမဲ့
than the draft and maybe
ဒီလိုပွဲကြီးအစားကြီးနော်
because at that point already the game is so
33မိနစ်မှာတော့ပွဲပြီးတယ်
Giving more respect to this trio of Tundra
ကင်း50 over
walked on
what the
as a
fuck
tuss
တစ်
together.
ဖက်ထဲက45ကောင်တတ်ထားဖို့ဆိုတာကြီးကပွဲကတော်ုံပြတ်ပုံမျိုးနဲ့
This is too
မရ
slow against Tundra. You know, they've had some time to think about what they want to do because they look
တကယ်ကောင်းပါတယ်ဗျာအဲ့တော့ဒါကနေဒါစတွင်း A လား B လားဒါ A ဆိုတော့ဒီပွဲသွားကြည့်ဟိုကောင်လေးဟိုကောင်လေးလည်းပြီးသွားပြီလား
You can't prevent the inevitable. Game is going to throw this at you no matter what. It's
Wait what ညပွဲတွေကမြန်လိုက်လားလို့အဲ့လိုအသာလောက်ကြပါအသင်းကြီးတွေဟမ်အသင်းကြီးတွေဒီနေ့အသေးပြင်းမယ်ဆိုတာတော့သိတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့လောက်ကြီးကြတော့နည်းနည်းအဲ့နှစ်ပွဲလုံးsame duration ပဲ33ပတ်ချလဲပဲဟိုကောင်တွေလည်းအဲ့လောက်မှပြီးသွားတာပဲ Wow
pan here from start to finish.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to take a
အဲ့ကြည့်ရမရှိရင်လည်းဂိမ်းသွားဆော့ရမှာပေါ့ကြည့်ရမရှိကြည့်ရမရှိဒီ Dun-dun. တွေ့ကျင်ဆုံးကောင်းတယ်လာတွေ့တာတုံးပြီ run 2 ခုနအန်တာသွားလားတဲ့ခုန duration တော့အန်တာတယ် K က over သွားတယ် K က52ကောင်Tundra 45ကောင်တော့တတ်တာ 不行，建设建设。ကောင်းလေးထွက်လာပြီမနိုင်တော့ဘူးတင်ဒီဟာတူတူတန်တန်
Well, look up, we're in the midst of an elimination series between Tundra and Talon. Unfortunately for the Talon fans, it's not good news. They're one game down right now and are potentially going to be eliminated here. But Tundra fans, well, it's good. You know, they lost their tiebreakers. Maybe we were wondering exactly where they were placing, if they were able to get to that peak form in time. And that game performance feels like that definitely getting close to us.
Most definitely. I mean, they are bringing, again, some of the old school classics. This is why we said Doom from the offlane. If somebody's going to make this hero work from the offlane, it's definitely going to be 33. And guess what he bought on the hero? Holy Locket drums, and then realized I need a bit more damage because my Dawnbreaker is going for this Aghanim Scepter Blade Mail type of a build, but he also did go for the scaling, but also being very active on the Dawnbreaker. But I also do like this Holy Locket because they were lacking damage, and if you add that extra Holy Locket heal that comes in, it's like 350 heal. It gives him also 200 HP, so makes him super tanky on top of the Dawnbreaker ulti as well. So they can be anywhere on the map and have pretty much extra 500 plus heal that they didn't have any damage. Like Axe is not going to be dealing damage. Shadow Shaman as well. They need to bring the heroes. Bristleback, you're playing the green Bristleback that you said you don't really like. I got to agree on that one because, sure, you turn your back, you're not dealing the damage, you're slowing them down. Where is the damage?
For sure. And the Holy Locket thing is really cool because I think this is the second Holy Locket core we've seen where Laurel and his Ember Spirit bought a Holy Locket. Doom bought a Holy Locket from offlane. Like maybe there's a small meta developing here that other teams aren't catching up on because when you think about it, it's a pretty cost-effective item. It does give you stats. The build-up isn't super expensive, and it gives you a lot of extra early game durability. So it's cool.
Yeah, I like it because it's a sustain without being into the heavy auras where you're committing a lot of time, a lot of farm, a lot of money into it. So, yeah, all right, we'll see if the Holy Locket becomes even more favorable for supports or potentially just cores too. Is there a hero, though, that Talon potentially need to start looking at? A way to start drafting for themselves?
That is Pangolier. Where is this hero? Like, they played last 3 games that they did play, he looked amazing. They did win 3 of those games. I want to see this hero being picked, but I also want to see a bit of a different support duo. I want to see maybe Pain being contested as well, because this does open up your Pango pick. So maybe look towards that, because this support duo didn't really do much. It is very difficult to play from behind between these 2 heroes. So give me something that can punch back, because Tundra is showing, like, we've seen different strategies, like different metas that are developing into the tournament, where we are seeing these heavy offlaners with double, triple auras being bought, but we also see that you can approach the game differently and still work. But Talon, they need something to punch back against Tundra, because Tundra is showing that they can play very fast Dota.
Yeah, I think the first phase was kind of different than Talon would have been doing. They don't really go for that shaman when they can. Like, they'll get a flex hero earlier. Yesterday, they first phased their Pango ones, they first phased their Axe ones, their Nature's Prophet, their Puck. These are the kinds of heroes they go for. Their flex cores, you know, the Linas, the Queen of Pains. This time around, going for the Shadow Shaman is, I think, where they want to make the change. Because you are right about Bane. Like, why not take it for yourself? Why give it away?
Yeah, Shaman on the first pick didn't look too good. I'm a fan of Shaman maybe being as a response on 9 against the Puck, or you can get, you know, pick on 9 and then still get the Puck in this, get Shaman in the second phase, which you are, you know, having 2 heroes who can play Dota easily with each other. You're always going to be having the damage. You are removing some of the control as well, because we see that control is kind of lacking. Like, there aren't these position 4 heroes. Like, Morta isn't that contested. She brings a good amount of control with the Deadshot and her Ghost as well. Lion is kind of a substitute to Shadow Shaman, but at the end of the day, you have Lion with the finger compared to the Shaman, so completely different heroes, I would say.
ဒီပွဲကိုစတာတွေက over ကြီးတော့ထဲလိုက်ရင်ကောင်းမှမသိ
immediately more because Doom 23
လို့ချင်း over 36အဲလေ36လို့39လို့စပြီးပေးနေ
I don't think they're going to be flexing it. I feel like this Doom is
ယူ
just
သင့်တယ်
straight up
ယူ
play
သင့်တယ်
for
ဒါမျိုးက
Talon.
In Tundra, respond instantly with
ဟော
Undying.
Undying first
Support
pick
hero, but
Might I?
considered a difficult hero for Doom to play against in lane. The decay does a lot against him. Like, fighting the tombstone zombies is not easy. So probably just follow this hero to whichever lane he
ဒီ
goes.
နာထပ်မ
You
ပစ်
could
ပင်
even
အောင်
do
pressure
something
ပေးရ
like
တာမသိ
offlane Undying versus carry
Yes.
Doom. Like, you could make this hero farm.
I was about to say, is that a 33 hero, though? This man is, like, forever expanding his hero pool. He loves to bring in new things as well. A 3 Undying isn't necessarily new, but it's new for 33.
If it looks good for the game, I can definitely see him doing it.
Yeah, this is an elimination series, so I could see him, you know, buy a couple of auras, even though this is not what he would maybe like to do. This is also not the most, I would say, fun hero to play. It's fun when you get to your, like, Octarine, you are coming back with the Ceaseless Dirge and stuff, but yeah, in the lane it is very annoying, but this doesn't strike me as 33 hero, but I could also see him play it just because you are matched up against the Doom in the lane, because I just feel that Talon, they want to keep things simple coming into this second game. This could potentially be their last game of the tournament, and Doom so far had looked the greatest from the carry role, and I don't think this is something that WS is also, like, willing to flex for this one.
I mean, he has played offlane Doom in the past.
He did.
That's a hero that he's very familiar with. So maybe
I'm getting the same vibes from the offlane Doom, if 33 is not playing it, the same as offlane Green Bristleback. Like, I just feel like
Okay.
there's no real itemization. Like sometimes you see some like Lotuses, Crimson, whatever, it's good. You pick up the shard. Same goes for Doom. Like if you are dodging, if you're not getting the kills with this hero, it does feel very lackluster. Sure, you have your Devour to farm, but you're kind of losing some of your identity because the carry Doom is just way too superior.
healing နေရွယ်ထက်လာပြန်ပြီနော်အန်တိုင်းကလည်းမထင်လို့အဲ့ကောင်ကြီးက healer ကြီး
And also you see
ဘာသာတစ်ခုလောက်ဆက်လိုက်ပြီး level 2နဲ့ like heal နေအောင်မှာထင်တယ် don't break ကလည်း heal ပဲ
you add in an undying to the mix, you make him lose his lane especially hard.
ဒါပေမဲ့ဒီတစ်ခေါက်ကဒွန်းပါတော့ single target တွေ heal လို့တော့မရတော့ဘူးအဲ့တစ်ပေါက်တော့ရှိဒွန်းထိလိုက်တဲ့ target ကလုံးဝအသေးပဲ
exponentially grew every minute.
ဟုတ်သွေးဖြည့်လို့မရအောင်
Like double the amount from before. That's the thing about
အခက်တာ team fight တကယ်ချရင်ကြတော့ healing ပါတဲ့ဘက်ကတာတယ်ကွာနည်း
You
နည်း
guys had a good draft. It would be a shame if we steal some of it.
I've seen this story before.
A1K 52 over 10 meter တကောင်နဲ့ခံလိုက်ရတယ်
Silencer, knowing that they're going to be going for Dawnbreaker, this is one of the heroes that can stop it from going
52
off.
over.
Also, potentially
52.5 ဆိုဟုတ်တယ်မရ
which is very annoying for Bane to play.
51.5 ဆိုရင်ရ
It's going to be Puck.
52ကောင်အတိနဲ့ပြီးသွား
More from Talon. I think this draft has a lot of identity. Immediately, you have the damage. You have
over လာတယ် over duration over ကြည့်ကြမလို့ထည့်လိုက်ပြီ
control as well.
36 30ဖွင့်ပေးထည့်တာထည့်
Loves to play some of more different position fours. I would be fine with Ricky 4.
အခု36က 1.58 ကွာ အဝက်တော့ရ
I could
ထည့်ရင်ထည့်လို့ရ
Ricky getting out here just to be able to save people because it's very annoying for Tusk to get the snowball saves. We saw in the previous game how well he was utilizing that snowball, and it's also very good against Puck.
I guess the one concern with Ricky would be that if Undying is your other support and not your carry, you're gonna lack Disable from your support duo, which just makes the game a lot more
and
complicated.
And the Void Spirit as well. I
Bing,
think
bing,
this hero
Puck.
could also work out. They did use it 2 times
Okay,
yesterday,
Puck
or
ကနည်းနည်း
2 days ago when they were playing
တာတ
against
ရောင်
our
တော့ရှိ
team.
တယ်
Did
ဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့ချိန်ကျရင်
well.
BZN က level 1မတင်ဘဲနဲ့ထိန်းမှာကွာအဲ့ကောင်ငလဲဆော့ဆော့ကလီနာနဲ့ထိန်းတော့ကလည်းသူ level 1တစ်ဆင့်မှမတင်ဘဲနဲ့2 3ထိန်းသွား2 3 maximum ပေါ့နော်အပတ်ကိုလည်းအဲ့လိုထိန်းလို့ရတယ်အဲ့ချိန်ကျရင်တစ်မျိုးတော့ပြောင်းတော့
There's pretty much always a Puck ban, pretty similar to Storm Spirit, makes her game a bit more difficult as well. But now with the recent changes to because Bondage Facet has been picked up more recently, it's much better compared to the old Facet that she did kind of have, and everybody was going with it.
She's also backed up by Dawnbreaker,
Yes.
so if she's blinking in and getting coiled, she's not going to be playing by herself. Like she will have the heal, she will have the support, and with that Blade Mail, she's going to be able to dish out a lot of damage, especially with the system.
ကရိုးလေးဒုတ်တွေခိုးဝင်နေရများပြီဟာ
Bane has been super annoying.
ဂိမ်း1တော့က duration under လေးကိုပြောပါတယ် duration under ကြိုက်တယ်လို့ကိုသာမထည့်လိုက်တာကိုကြိုက်တယ်လို့ပြောတယ်လေ
into any kind of a stun setup.
တကယ်ကြီး under ွားတဲ့ဟာကို33မိနစ်
Just kill you from 100 to 0, so you got to be very careful.
မဟုတ်ဒီခိုးဝင်နေတာတကယ်က
Testing the Fiend's
အဲ့
Grip
လေ
is just Tusk.
ဒီပွဲ duration over
Makes it even harder to
36
play against Bane,
39
'cause we've seen Bane's
ကြိုက်တာ
have
ကြုံ
games by an early Aghanim Scepter,
Over
and if
မှာ
you
ကြည့်
don't
နေ
have enough means to cancel his ulti, you're just cooked. Like the
ဒီ
full
ပွဲကတော့
ulti
ကိုလည်းထည့်
will
ထား
be
တယ်
fast.
Yeah, I am a little bit surprised that that one
Easy
wasn't
over,
placed-
boy.
Bane wasn't placed a little bit higher in the priority. I understand right now that there's a lot of heroes that teams are scared against from leftover tournaments, maybe from scrims as well. But this Bane right now, not really being looked at. I guess it was a coin toss. Do you let through a shaman or do you let through the Bane?
post fight ကောင်းကောင်းလေးတစ်ကောင်တော့လိုတယ် post fight ကောင်းကောင်းလေး
It's a good
အနိုင်ရင်တို့
game
ဘိန်း
for
တို့
Bane, unless
ရှင်
they
နိုင်တဲ့
make some
post
cool luck, but this
fight
is
ဒါတော့ဒီပွဲကလေ
counter initiate what
Queen Bane
Dawnbreaker wants to do
mid
in the game, great against
Dawnbreaker
Bane as
carry
well.
ထပ်ဖြစ်လောက်
Or
တယ်
go
သိ
a
လား
different route, I think
Tundra ဘက်က
it's
အဲ့တော့
Dazzle
Dawnbreaker
Gate as well,
carry
if you want
over
an extra bit of a sustain, we saw
ဟိန်းမဲ့ကောင်
in
တ
the
ကောင်
previous
တော့ထပ်
game,
ထည့်လိုက်ရင်
sustain
မ
that was
ဆိုး
coming out
ဒုံး
from
ကို carry
Hollow
ပေး
Knight and Dawnbreaker.
ဒုံးကို carry ပေး
They were
Dawnbreaker ကို
playing
အောက်မှာ
slightly
သွား
more
ဖြုတ်မဲ့ကောင်
fights, but I am leaning
တကောင်လုံးပစ်လိုက်ရင်
towards
တေ
the
လုံးက
hero,
အခြေအနေကောင်း
like the first one that I
ခု
mentioned,
ခု
the Warlock, 'cause
အာ
it's
ရှိတ
such
ယ်
a strong lane
အဒူးစားတဲ့
with Doom, but
ပစ်ကတော့လုံးဝ super late game ပစ်
gonna
ကြီး
be
ပေါ့
leaving position 5,
အဲ့လောက်ထိပစ်
maybe,
ချလိုက်တော့အန်နေ
or
နည်းနည်း
position
များသ
4.
လား
They could also be flexing
လုံးဝ
some of the things as
lazy
well,
ပစ်ကြီး
so
လုံးဝ lazy
decent amount of position
so
for
lazy
heroes.
But without a Dark Seer, I hate that.
Yes.
Like,
ဒီ
it's
ဘက်
just
active
really
ဖြစ်လိုက်
bad.
ရ
I
င်
mean, if you have Dark
နည်း
Seer,
တော့
you
ပြဿ
can
နာ
make
တော့
a
တက်
lot
မ
of
လား
position fours work.
high ground
If
defense တော့
Dusa
ရှိပါ
comes out
high ground
early, they don't
defense
want to get it banned out in the second
high
phase.
ground
And
defense
it's a great Dusa game. The thing is, like, what she has to worry about is the Fiend's Grip mana loss. She has to worry about getting dove by Undying. Undying is a really great support if that's where he's being
အနာလေးတွေ
played
ထည့်
for
ထား
an
တာ
offlaner.
တဲ့
And
ရတာ
then
ဗော
Juice
အနာလေးတွေ
bringing +1
အဲ့ဒါ
heroes
ကိုဘလူး
and
တောင်
just
ထုတ်တွေ
chase
ခိုး
this
ရတာ
Medusa down
နောင်းနေ
forever.
တော့နောင်းနေ
But as the
နောင်း
game
နေ
progresses, she's your
ဘုတ်တွေ
hero
ကို
that's
က
gonna
တိုး
hit
လေးတွေ
cheap.
ဝေပေး
She's
နေ
your
တာ
hero
အား
that's
လုံးအတွက်
gonna be tanky and hard to kill. Gonna have a lot of focus on her, making it so that Puck has more maneuverability in these fights.
Are you also a little bit worried?
Goals and
Medusa loves to
23
just farm. She likes to be by
Goals and
herself a little
23.
bit more. That there's someone on Tundra, 1, 2 supports, just need to hunt her down. The Dawn's there. All of a sudden, it's a 1v3. Like, how closely do you have to play to this Medusa now? How scared are you of that early game being really ruined for her?
They had a great game yesterday when he was super
ဒီကဘာထည့်ရမလဲ
active on
GG က
23
GG
when
ပဲ
they
နိုင်
played
မှာ
against
ဘလို့
Heroic that second game.
ဒီပဲ
But
နိုင်
they
မှာ
also do have supports who can easily
အဲ့
at
ပွဲ
least
တွေက
one support.
duration
They also have
over
Bot,
မ
the
ကောင်း
hero that
GG
flies
ပွဲတွေက
forward.
duration over မကောင်းအဲ့ကောင်တွေကဆောင်းမြန်နေဆော့
Underneath the tower, one of the best heroes to
တော့
to
ရင်
hero
Anta
with,
ဆော့
maybe Queen of Pain is up
duration
there,
ဆိုရင်
these
Anta
type of
ဆော့
heroes, but
winner
I
ဆိုရင်
think she's
GG
gonna be
ဆော့
having too many of the issues. And I also want to be seeing where this Dawnbreaker is going to go, because they still have the flex potential on side of Tundra, like multiple of those, whether this Dawnbreaker, they showed it in the previous game, it can be played from the safe lane, it also could be the off lane, but it could also be Undying, but this Undying can also be 5, so a lot of the things that they can do with the draft, they do have overall pick, so we'll see how they're going to approach it. They're going to be seeing the full draft from Talon.
I'd like to see carry Dawn again. I mean, I think you're going to get a lot of value out of the Solar Guardian playing with Queen of Pain, so whether that's played offlane or safe lane, it doesn't matter. But the issue with Dawn is, like, when she goes into the late game, she just doesn't do damage. She just has that one Solar Guardian. Unless you go BKB refresh your Ags and you're refreshing your Solar Guardian, she does fall off in scaling, but if you're carry, you can go for an entirely different item build. And it looked really good for Crystallis. Like, I thought the archetype of how he played it really fit his playstyle. My issue with Medusa is that between her and the now offlane Doom, this is a really greedy lineup. Like, sure, they're gonna have the late game in the bag if it gets there, but we saw how fast Tundra played last game, and their heroes play really fast. Dawn, Queen of Pain, Bane, Undying, they're gonna be running at your Medusa. You're gonna have your Doom catch-up farming, you're gonna have your Medusa getting dove, and then you're only dependent on your Puck to make the big plays.
And your 1-3 combination, Medusa, these two heroes, they do rely a lot on the farming. They don't come online fast by any means, and still will remove the anti-mage after seeing the Medusa. But also remove the Dark
အဲ့
Seer.
တော့ပကနာတဲ့အဲ့ပကနာမနာမပေးတော့ဘူးမလား
That's cool, but Pugna
What?
also doesn't give you
mana,
mana
yeah.
anymore, so that's a
Oh,
bit of a
the-
downside. Deuce
I don't-
talked
tell me what you-
about it,
mana မပေးတဲ့
in
ဟာ
the
ကြီး
previous interview when they did,
Abi.
there was a good game for it because he was playing into Pango. There was a lot of physical damage. He played it into Tusk as well. This Pugna doesn't seem to be that effective. Like, there's not too many things because there's so much magical damage, pure damage as well from Queen of Pain.
Yeah, it's cooler for these longer team fights and just keeping heroes like Doom healthy, maybe. They just want him to frontline, they're gonna have the Pugna behind him. But in terms of combo, it's not what it used to be. It just does not really help Medusa.
What?
Oh, this is a big, okay, this is such a
လူ
problem.
မာသားတဲ့ဟာ
This is a huge problem for that. They have nothing.
အဲ့ကောင်ကြီးမမြင်ရအောင်
Picks
ကြာ
are
ပြီ
already really slow. They have no hero
33
that can just
Brew
fire
Mama.
down the Broodmother lane. Like, and especially versus Doom, this is a high cooldown play. Like, you're playing from the offlane with a really high cooldown play versus a Broodmother who every time Doom is off cooldown.
အဲ့ဒါကြီး surprise ပစ်
Doom
ကြီး
is
ကွာ
off
ဟိုကောင်လေး
cooldown,
မျောလင်းထားမယ်မ
take
ထင်
your
ဘူး
entire map.
အဲ့ကောင်ကပျောက်နေတာတော်တော်ကြာပြီသွန်တော်သူတို့မထုတ်ခဲ့တဲ့
Man, this is
အနေထား
one of these
ဘယ်
picks.
လောက်
This
လောက်
hero
ရှိ
is
နေ
not
ကြမသိဘူး
popular, but this is basically like
အရင်တော့ကတော့ထုတ်တယ်ဟိုးရင်က
with a little bit of steroids.
နှစ်
I
ပေါက်
would
နေ
say,
ပြီထင်တယ်
because
အဲ့ကောင်လေး
you're
ဒရူမာသားမထုတ်တာတကယ်နှစ်ပေါက်နေလောက်ပြီ
So I feel
အဲ့
like
ဘယ်သူမှ
he
သတိမ
can
ထားမိတဲ့
take
ချိန်
over
အခု
a
ဖြတ်ထွက်လာ
relatively easy push out this Medusa, take over her farm where she's
Oh.
actually at the bottom part of the map.
မဒူသာ
control
ဖန်
that
ဖန်မ
area,
ဖန်
also
ရှုံးပြီ
have
ကွာ
extra bit of a global
Wow.
presence from the Dawnbreaker.
အားလေးတွေကနည်းနည်းအခြေအနေကောင်းမှရ
Dawn, she blinks in, pops the blade mail. If she's in trouble, she can reset one more time with the
ဘယ်သူသာ
Dawn.
ချင်းတူနဲ့ဆော့ရမယ်ထင်တယ်ချင်းတူတို့
We haven't seen
Ah,
Broodmother, but I am
ချင်းတူ
really
fly
worried for
ချင်းတူ
Talon.
အပြာကြောင့် fly
Yeah, let's have a quick rundown, brief overview exactly of how Brood plays now in this patch. Is there much change to her than your stereotypical viewpoint of what she always has done?
I mean, she's not really buying auras anymore. Of course,
Okay.
it's 33 and he can choose to, but it's typically the same. If enemies use all of their spells, you will take every tower. You'll take over the entire map. You will deny farm from them. She's going to play way too quickly. And Talon, their heroes, again, very slow.
Yeah, I think this time around it might be some like Orchid type of a rush. You're playing against Pugna, you're playing against Puck, so you want to shut them down early. You are going to be set up for success in the lane playing with the Bane position 4, which is extremely strong laner. And you can take over that game relatively easy, forcing them to go into more like defensive items. And they need to survive. Like, they need to survive good 30 minutes if they want to be able to punch back. They need those 2 items on Medusa to be able to take the fights.
Not just survive, if they don't stomp lanes and like shut down this Broodmother, make her play too slowly, like make it so that Brood doesn't have an easy entry into the game, it's hard, because if they go even in the lanes, it looks like a loss to me.
Okay, well, a little bit of cat and mouse. It feels like our analysts are predicting here. It's going to be a quick game if Brood is left unchecked. Let's see if Talon are able to do it, if they have those answers, with our fabulous casters, Kezo and Sunsfan.
Hello, we have an announcement. Kezo and I just got out of the bathroom and it was completely flooded.
Which means that 23
over 36တဲ့ဟုတ်တယ်ကိုက over 36ထည့်တာ
That's
လား
the good news for Talon. The bad news, well, the
လူမသားမမြင်ခင်မှာထည့်လိုက်
I'm not gonna lie, I
Who
will
knows?
put it, there's a lot of bad news if you're a Talon fan.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
not
Who knows?
looking
I'll be
good.
out.
I will say it is like their bread and butter, right? To go for like the late game, you have the task, you can
မ
go
ထုတ်
for
တာ
the
ကြာပြီ
game,
ဆိုတော့ဒီကောင်လေးကိုယ့်ဟာနဲ့ကိုယ်လည်းတိုင်ပတ်သွားနိုင်တယ်
but we did
တခါကြရင်
what happened in
ထုတ်
game
လေးထုတ်
one.
တာမရှိတဲ့ကောင်ကြီးပြန်ပြီးထုတ်လို့ရှိရင်ဟွာ
I would even say they have a
Kebab
faster
ka.
lineup than in the first game because you have a 24.
ဟိုနားလည်မှုလွဲရလေးပါလေးဖြစ်တယ်အေးအေးအေးအေးဟုတ်သွားပြီ
All right, 33.
The problem is that even if you ice shard him, it doesn't do anything, so he's probably just fine.
အဲ့ရှက်
We'll be
မ
able
ရ
to
ဘူးလေ
traverse easily. Does take a decent amount of damage, but it's actually going to try to go through the
In front of
gate.
Blade, in front of Blade.
And
Oh.
first blood for Makoto. The shower in the bathrobe has been successfully maneuvered by the side of Talon.
Oh, it goes.
Good start.
It spills over to the rest too. It's not just Savage.
It might, based on how much water that was in
Maybe
there,
his
it,
hand
ကို
was
ဘက်က
still wet
ဘက်က
and he,
ဖက်ပ
like,
လိုက်ရ
high
သွား
fived
ဒီကောင်နည်းနည်း
it may have been a team shot.
အာနီပိုင်း active လုပ်လိုက်ရင်မလူသားဂိမ်းရောက်သွားနိုင်
Well, at least this goes nicely.
ရောက်သွားရင်
into the next
graduation
point,
over
because it is
easyပဲ
not easy for them to shut down 33 on the Brood. The only catch you have for him, like for real, like later, is Coil. So Makoto has to put up a show here.
ဟောဟုတ်သွားပြီနောက်တစ်ကောင်
He's in a bit of trouble.
Okay.
The brain sap.
အော် level 1 မထီဘူး
Scream of pain from BZM, and looks like Soxa will take a tumble. 2-0 start for Talon.
You
Nice.
are not capping the shower strat. It's strong.
I'm telling you, Talon, and it's consistent. The game once it's like not a real team that's playing. they end up with like 4 or 5 kills, and then they dumpster the next 2 games. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll see something better in this game. At least for now, an infinitely better start
Oh yeah.
than what ended up happening there. As we have Makoto on the puck against the Quap, so he'll be pretty happy in this matchup. Crystallis playing the Dawnbreaker again, which was pretty flawless from game 1. But I will say the one thing I am worried about, and they did touch upon it on the panel as well, is that a lot of your cores are very slow. Doom and Medusa, so maybe we have WS to like, you know, pair it up with some
အဲ့ရှက်
more
မ
so
ပိန်
you can
တေ
play
သွား
faster.
လောက်တယ်နော်
This white
နောက်တစ်
one
ချက်ခောက်တစ်ချက်ခုတ်
follow his little brother here on
Oh,
Jokum.
Pay fire ရှိတယ်ပေါ့
Yep, another decay
ဂျိုးကန်ကလည်းဘောစီပဲကြည့်အောင်
in the
အဲ့
game as well, and the panel kind of talked
ဒီ
about
ကြည့်ရ
it,
မလား
and I
ဟိုမီးလောင်
kind
နေ
of
ဟာကြီး
agree. I mean, I feel like the only
တက်စကားမီးလောင်
real reason you pick it is
infuse
for tower
infuse
push in this lineup.
I mean, he does like multiple things.
A bit
I would
weird.
It's a good meta ward game, at least against the Quap and the Bane. It can help quite a bit. Like when people go on you, you can of course also bail them out. Like I would say the hero is more about the
အနိုင်ရင်သွားမေးနေနှကောင်တစ်ကောင်ဟိုကောင်နှကောင်တစ်ကောင်ပြန်တက်လို့ရတယ်
Because I don't think they're going to be pushing many towers, other than to make space for Mr. 23 Savage, who lost his courier with the Null Talisman.
Yeah, we'll see if they can keep up with the aggression that will eventually come from the Tundra side. It does feel like Talon are just super comfortable going into the late game.
They are.
The issue is if they lose the early game horribly, which is not the case here because of the showers and whatnot. Crystallis, Hammer, WS in a bit of a precarious spot. Gets the
Ooh.
Infernal Blade off, but the
Yeah, no,
Starbreaker
gone,
did
they
enough
la.
damage. It's Crystallis with that last
ပြန်
right.
ကောင်းတယ်မလုံလောက်
They did a good XP management there on Tundra because Whitemon kept following the Tusk, allows Crystallis to get an early level 2. So they sneak in the Starbreaker and they get themselves a nice kill down in the bottom lane. I mean, the first 6-7 minutes, it should be very stable for Talon. For me, it's more about what can Makoto get done and can they damage control? Because later you're going to have a Brood with Spiders and another Donald, a Tombstone, and BZM on his Quap running
Yeah.
a little Maniac show around.
အလုံးဘက်ကကိုတစ်ခုပဲနားမလဲ
Bane
ဘာလို့
is not a Sox
ပက္ကနာပစ်တာလဲဆို
feeling hero to me.
I guess, yeah, it's less.
Kinda weird.
I mean, it's a little bit.
ကျောင်းလေး
less
မ
of
သိ
a
စရာ
threat,
အကြောင်းတော့
but
မရှိ
it's
ပါ
still
ဘူး
like the type of hero that
ပက္ကနာ
gets
မန်နာမပေးတော့
around
ဘူး
on
အဲ့ဒါ
its
တော်တော်
own
ကြာပြီ
set
ပတ်
place.
တော်တော်
And it's a
ကြာ
late
ခဲ့ပြီ
Shakira 433,
ဒါထဲမှာနှစ်ခု
which I
သုံး
feel
ခု
like is very
ဒီလောက်
important when you do play the
အနည်းဆုံး
Brood.
ချားနေ
Is traditionally,
အဲ့ဒါကိုမဒူစာနဲ့ပတ်ကနာပြန်တွဲတယ်
so
ဆိုတော့
damage, there's been lots of nerves,
စဉ်း
but
စား
he's
စ
on
ရာ
top of the CS so far, so he's definitely enjoying his game so far.
ဒီပါ
under
ပြင်
the
တော့
Spider
မ
Mama.
နာဖြည့်ပြီးလို့ရသေးတယ်
Yeah, once
ပတ်ကနာကြီးက
six,
တာဝါ
then
ချိုးဖို့
it's a
များလား
different story. And what kind of a build did you? Effie was talking about it
နော်
not
ဒါ
being
ပဲ
a
ရှိ
war
တယ်
builder.
မဒူစာဖန်လို့ရအောင်
You
လို့
definitely can.
တာဝါလိုက်
I
ချိုး
think
ပေး
it
ပြီး
just
စပေး
depends
ရှာ
on the
မှာလား
game. If
Like Pop,
Mikoto has
yeah.
a good game, which I believe he will, they talked about that Orchid could be an option, which I would like quite a lot just to help yourself more with the map.
အိုး
And you could
တေ
go
လောက်
for
တယ်
this game.
Oh, BZN.
Oh.
Nice orb from Makoto as Sox.
ဟုတ်သွားပြီဟုတ်သွားပြီအာလီဂိမ်းကတကယ်ဟုတ်သွားပြီဗျာ
Load us off at the last
ဖက်
moment, but
သေး
then
ပြီ
the blast finishes the job.
duration over very good သွားပြီအဲ့လောက်ဆို
Advantage early on.
very good very good
And they
ဘရုပဲ
absolutely
ကြံ
need
တော့
to
တယ်
because
ဘ
they
ရု
need to
အရင်
slow and delay some of
7
the
မိနစ်
timing
ပတ်ချ
to
လဲ
come
မှာ
back
အ
up
ရင်
their
ဒီ
way.
ကောင်မကြမ်းပြ
So
နိုင်ဘူးဆို
Makoto
ရင်
with the first blood gets himself
36 easy over သွားပြီ
GM here in
ပတ်စံ
this
ထုတ်
game,
ရုံပဲ
which is absolutely huge.
nice nice nice
I'll
nice
say it again, they need
ဒီ over ကြိုက်တယ်တဲ့
Makoto
duration
show to
over
get
လို့
into this
over
early game.
36တီးထားတယ်
Because if
36
they get to the later stages like nicely,
1.58 ရတယ်
just
ဟဲ့လား
behind, they're super chilling.
တော့ဝက်ကြော်ကြော်ရတယ်
As Cuckoo is they
ပြီးရင်တော့ယူရမှာ
give the kill to 33. Never mind.
ဝင်နာကတော့ဝင်နာဒီပွဲကတိတ်ပဲလုံးအောင်ဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်
19-5 at the moment.
ဝင်နာဒါပေမဲ့မပြောတတ်ဘူး
Savage. I guess we
ဒူ
can
သာ
compare
ဆောင်
the
ရမ်းကြမ်း
position
ဝါမှာ
balance
လား
here
တစ်ချက်ကြည့်ရ
with the
ဒူ
Dawn.
သာစပစ်ကိုလာထင်းရွဲကောင်တိတ်မရှိဘူးလားလို့
To boot as well as the pressure
အနိုင်ရင်
even
တို့ဘာလို့က
more.
အဲ့လို
This
အဲ့လို
is
မျိုး
a
တိုက်မ
crazy
ဟုတ်
lane.
Yeah.
Dawn
ဘိန်း
breaker
တော့ရှိတယ်
dying.
ဘိန်းဖမ်းပေးတဲ့ဟာကိုလာနိုင်တာဆိုလို့ဒွန်ဘရိတ်ကတကောင်
It's
ပဲ
just
ရှိ
what we
မှာ
saw last game. Like Doom doesn't really
ကွင်းပိန်း
push
ပေါ့
himself,
ကွင်းပိန်း
he
ဒွ
just
န်ဘရိတ်
wants
က
to get
အဲ့တော့
whatever
ဒူ
he
စာကို
can
အဲ့သုံးကောင်
really.
အပြတ်ပါ
So I'm kind of hoping that Talon
ဒူ
will
မားသားလည်း
take
သူ့အနေ
it
နဲ့သူ
slow,
လိမ့်မှာ
Makoto
ဖမ်းရ
can
တဲ့
use the
ဟီရို
lane, and he can play towards Makoto because he's having a great game and he shouldn't be that far away from Coil. So first active room,
ဖြစ်တော့ဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒီ chance အရာပြောမယ်ဆိုရင်
you know, joke him, trying to help out.
90လောက်တော့
Stay
ပြီး
alive
တဲ
in this
လုံး
lane.
ဒီပွဲ90 winner winner
From the
90
Talon side, Tundra out of mana in this lane at the moment.
ဒွန်ရဲ့မဒူစာရဲ့လေကင်းရောက်ပြီဆိုတော့သူတို့ပွဲပဲကွာအဲ့တော့အဲ့လိုရောက်သွားနိုင်အောင်
We
ဆော့
should
ပါမ
see
လား
a
ဆော့နိုင်
big
မှာမ
old
လား
party when it comes to the first
5မိနစ်
active
မှာတော့
room.
hero ကေတာနေတယ်နောက်ဘောအရာကြည့်မယ်
That's
ဆိုရင်
why
တော့
we're
ဒီ
doing
ဘက်မှာ
some
1k
warding,
ရောက်နေတယ်
some
ပေါ့
cams, maybe taking a watcher because he's on a mission.
အဝိုက်မွာဒီမှာလာပြီးတော့နှက်ကန့်ဘ
Because he
လော့
knows
သွားပြီ
that this Doom
wow
ain't gonna do that much in the lane. Let's see
okay
if he leaves a ward later as well. But yeah, I'm expecting a lot of heroes in the mid lane.
ဒီဘက်ကအောင် ready ပါပဲဒါအဲ့ဆိုရင် duration under ဆော့လိုက်ဒီပွဲ
Put down the
duration
observer
under ကို
quite yet.
38လောက်ပေးဆော့တယ်
Looks like he will
38
hold on to
39
it.
လောက်
Makoto going to get gone on by BZM, but this is a level disadvantage for the Queen of Pain.
ပြီးမှမျက်ရည်
On the other side,
မျက်ရည်တွေနဲ့
Nightmare.
ဖြစ်မယ်နော်
Yes,
ဘက်ကန်
Orb on in the area
a
as
le-
well. Makoto does have the orb, like you
အေး
said.
မကိုတိုကြီးကအရန်ဆွမ်းနေတာ
Fine, but pressured out of lane.
ဂိမ်း
for
2
the
မှာ
time
ပြော
being.
တာ
But this is still a
ပတ်ပ
big
လက်ရ
deal. This is
ထားတယ်
hyper
မြစ်မှာ
fast, but
solo
Makoto's doing well in the
ကေး
lane.
ရထားတယ်အဲ့တော့
Thunder
experience
brings
ရော
both his
ကို
supports
ရော
down.
ဒီ
Let's
ကောင်
see
တော်တော်
if
လေး
he
တော
can
င်း
still
နေ
fight the rune because he's out of HP.
Yeah, Soxa will
Saksa.
snag the arcane rune, which
လက်မြင်တယ်နော်ဘုံကောက်သွား
something either of the mids would have loved to grab.
At least for Talon, they do still have the coil available. And it would be really nice if Talon can make a move before the Solar Guardian comes out. Because Puck, I mean, you don't kill very quickly in the coil, right? It's more about the longer lockdown and squeezing in the damage. So we'll see if Talon can find his move before Crystallis does get the Dawn ultimate.
တော့ညံကောင်းတယ်အဲ့ဒီဟောလီကြီး level 1လဲတော့မှဟို
Expecting the
ရိုက်တာ
exact same build.
infinite blade ရိုက်တာအဲ့တော့တတိယတစ်ချက်
What did he
ထွက်လာ
do?
တော့
Blade Mail Axe.
ညံကောင်းညံကောင်း
Yeah, why not? At least the Blade Mail Axe will be the same and then the rest is kind of situational.
တနေ့ကချုပ်ယူတော့မကြက်သေးဘူး
Can go
အာ
for
ဂိမ်း
it.
1တော့က
Can
ဘ
go
ယ်လို
for
ပဲ
it,
ရောက်
can
နေ
go
တော့
for an
ဂိမ်း
AC.
1တော့ကမုတ်တစ်ထုတ်ဝေပြီးသွားပြီ
This
နော်
was good. Could even look at Orchids later.
Game
too,
oneတော့က
depending on how the
duration
supports and Makoto are
အန်
doing.
တာဆိုပြီးတော့မုတ်တစ်ထုတ်ဝေထားတယ်ဘယ်လိုမရလိုက်တာ
Off in the game.
သူကဒုံးမှဝင်ခံတယ်လို့ဖြစ်
7 minutes.
အဲ
Going for an aggressive play.
မဟုတ်ဆိုရင်ဘယ်တွေပြောင်းနေမှမသိ
One on the way. Crystals and Soxa
အာ
in the
တိုင်မှာ
area
ထောင်လိုက်
as
တာ
well.
ကဲမရမယ်ဒါ
He's
ကတော့
coming. WS doesn't really
အဲ့
have
တော့
much
ကဲမ
mana
ရ
to
မယ်
work
okay
with.
nice
Jack's
တိုင်
being
ထောင်
forced
လိုက်
out
ပြီ
here.
ပတ်ပါရောက်လာနော်
Makoto
twin coin ရှိတယ်
make
AC
their
ပဲ
way over as well.
အဲ့အပေါ်က
See if they
အဲ့
fully
ဇွန်ဘီ
commit.
ဇွန်ဘီတွေကိုဘယ်လိုလုပ်မလဲဇွန်ဘီတွေနော်အာယုံတွေနောက်နေပြီ
Dawnbreaker is going to be the first.
ဒုံးတွေကရှော့သွားပြီ nice auxiliary off ထပ်ပစ်ထားတယ်အမဇွန်ဘီကိုင်းလို့ဒုံးကရှော့တော့မယ် Oh my god triple K တဲ့ What? ကိုပြောတယ်အဲ့ဇွန်ဘီကြီးကဘယ်လိုလုပ်မှလဲလို့အာယုံဒီကောင်လေး
Tundra again.
That was a full
Baga.
duration tombstone. We'll talk about the
နည်း
fact
နည်း
that 23 can't lane
ဟိုဟာဖြစ်လိုက်ရပါသေးလား
later.
အဲ့
My goodness.
အပေါ်ဂုံးပေါ်တက်ပြီးတော့အဲ့တိုင်ကိုထိုင်ပစ်နေရမှာဘယ်နှချက်မှမပြရအောင်၅ချက်လားပဲမသိ
Cuckoo
ပ
and
ထမတစ်ဆင့်
Makoto TP'd at the same
အ
time.
မဟုတ်ကွာဒီကောင်ဒုတိယ
But they
တစ်
had
ဆင့်
nothing
ကွာ
but
ဒုတိယတစ်ဆင့်ဆို
tombstone.
6ချက်လားမ
They
သိ
couldn't place a sentry or a ward
6ချက်ကတော့နည်းနည်းများတယ်
flick it out.
သူအဲ့လိုတက်လို့လိုက်အကုန်သေးကုန်မှာပေါ့စောစောအနေထားကြီးอ่ะတဲလွန်ဘက်ကစုံလဲစူးစားလဲယူပြီးဟီရိုကင်း2ကောင်နဲ့3ကောင်နဲ့ထိတ်လိုက်တာပဲဒါအကောင်းဆုံးလို့ပြောလို့ရတယ်နော်
Level 6. What in the world?
အောက်ကပကနာပါလိုက်ပြစ်ပေးရင်တော့မဆိုအကောင်ပြစ်လိုက်ရင်တိုင်ကိုအရင်ရှင်းလိုက်ရမှာ
And let's see, BZM also, he's got stick, he's got drain drop, he's got fairy fire, so if you go on him, there's a Donald to back him up.
And 23, Savage level 5, being forced out of the lane like he talked about. Meanwhile, 33, level 7, top CS in the game.
Yep.
Despite being the first blood target, it just felt like a matter of time that Brood could take over.
Absolutely, and I like what he's doing. He's not like flash killing the tower on the Brood, right? He's just letting his creep waves run into the tower, and they're just, all the creep waves just keep dying as a sleepwalk onto Cuckoo. There's the crep.
There is, and it will be enough to get away.
Just TP lol.
Maybe that's why they picked him. They knew Broodmother was coming.
Yeah, they know. They just decrep TP out. Easy game. The problem is the next couple minutes for Talon, already they need to maybe even make a plan now because you are losing your tier 1. It's just dying out to creeps, which means Brood will either push further in onto your Medusa up top, or the most natural move would be take over the jungle and go to your tier 1 mid. So if you are Talon, how do you contest this? You have a Doom on one side lane and a Medusa on the other.
Whitemon, he's going to be spotted. But like you said, a 2-level advantage right now between him and the other support, so yeah. They're not even going to bother throwing spells at him.
He can drop the Tombstone, he can pop Flesh Golem, and then there's a Solar Guardian. Like, this is literally the dream.
Brumada ပဲကွာတော့ထိတ်ဆုံးမှာအဲ့ကောင်ပဲကြောက်အောင်မှာ 33ပဲကြောက်အောင်မှာကျန်တဲ့ကောင်မကြောက်အောင်ဟိုဘာဖြစ်ဖို့อ่ะအဲ့ကောင်ဆောင်းရမ်းတလိမ့်မှာကျန်းချလိုက်ရင်
is level 6 now, but
အဲ့ကောင်တွေအကုန်တိုင်ပတ်လောက်တယ်ဘူဇာအချိန်မီ item မထွက်လာဘူးဆိုရင်အဲ့ကောင်လိန်ကိုထိန်းစရာကောင်မပါဘူးပတ်လဲထိန်းလို့မရဘူးဒွန်းဆိုပူဆိုတခုရှိတာဒွန်း Crimson Cat Fast Item သွားပြီအဲ့ဒါဆိုရင်ဘလူးမားသားနဲ့ကျုံးလို့ရတယ်အကောင်တွေကြိုက်ရင်သွင်းမရောတော့
And the other side, it's Medusa farming away.
ဗဒဲလဲချလို့ရတာဝါလဲကာလို့ရ
Savage will definitely look to just continue to farm.
WS Fast Item ဘာလဲတစ်ချက်ရှိုးမယ်
If you TP late, you can get off a good snake, but even then Brood is
တတိသူက okay သွားနေတာငရိုင်းပတ်ကို
will tank up the
ပြဿနာရှာတော့မှာ
And yeah, he is going for the Orchid, so potentially they will play it a little bit slow until then. Will only take him about a minute and a half.
ဝင်ဝဟန် duration over ထည့်ထားတယ်
Is a smoke from Talon?
I like this one.
ဒီပွဲကအန်ရများတယ်ဒီပွဲကတဲလွန်လဲနိုင်သွားနိုင်တယ်အန်ရများအဲ့လိုတွဲထည့်ထားရင်တော့အန်ရများတယ် duration over ကတော့ကြိုက်အဝင်းဝမ်းကနည်းနည်းလေး short ရှိတယ်နည်းနည်းလေးအေးအမှမိသွားပြီ
Snowball on the way. Solar Guardian is actually going to run outside of it as Chrysalis attempts to help. Starbreaker's not going to fully connect.
Dodge on the blast.
still alive in the trees. Able to get away now as 23 Savages come.
နိုင်မေးရကောင်းသွားတာ
Focus down the tombstone. Don't want to repeat.
ဟောဒွန်းထဲသွားပြီတေသွားပြီအဲ့လောက်ဆိုတေသွားပြီ
That should do it.
ဘူဇာပါလာပြီဆိုတော့
Blade finds Chrysalis now. Trying to get some damage on the
ဟုတ်တယ်
way
ဟုတ်တယ်
out.
Mikoto killing spree
But already 2 lost for Tundra and they're both cores.
BZM is
WS
ဒီပွဲတဲလွန်ခွနေပြီတဲလွန်
As BZM, okay, shows up at the last moment, not able to find that kill in the end. But 23 Savage would be a huge one to get, tries to go through. As Saksa triple kill on the Bane, that is completely absurd.
ဘိန်းတစ်ချက်ဆုတ်ချလိုက်တာတွေးပြီမန်နာလည်းနည်းနည်းချန်သေးတယ်ဘယ်လိုဖြစ်သေးသွား
Yeah, what in the world?
What the flash
This is uh-oh. Well, maybe I should hold that. Mikoto, good dodge, will give himself some more mana. This does favor Talon. It stalls out the game. Sure, your Medusa dies, whatever, but I am still looking at Mikoto. He is the player and the hero in this game that will make the space and give them the time to get through this early and mid game.
And they're definitely holding on at the moment. I mean, when we talked about the Orchid on the Brood.
Yep.
Can you have the same kind of viewpoint with old school Brood where your goal is to get X amount of towers by X time? Is you going to hold that thought, BZM?
တိုက်တာလေ
Right now, the coil's there. He does take out Cuckoo, but it's going to cost him his life. A nice pick off for Talon.
You don't have, I mean, obviously in this
ဒီဘက်မှာမေဒူဇာကိုထိန်းဖို့တကောင်တော့ပါတယ်ကွာနော်ဒိန်းတို့ပါလို့ပါတယ်အဲ့လိုအိတ်ထားတာလို့ကြိုက်ထားတာ
He's happy, honestly. Like, he is top of the network. Even if he gets his Orchid and they don't get too
အဲ့ဒါ
much
လည်းပတ်သေးနေမှာ
he will still do a lot.
ဘက်ကနောက်မှာ
Like Orchid is a type of item that just because you don't get the kills,
33
that's coming out. You
သူ
need
impact ကိုစပြီးထုတ်ပြီးပေါ့နော်။မ mid lane tower တွေပါလာယူတာအဲ့အပေါ်တော်ကလည်းနည်းအနေများသွားပြီ။လူမာသား area ဖြစ်သွားပြီ
BZM though, he does have to respect this net award.
Okay လည်းရတယ်ဆိုတော့
use a lot of mana throughout these team fights.
ဒီ timing လေးမှာအရန်မပြတ်သွားရင်ရပြီ။ဒီ Brumada ကျန်းနေတဲ့ timing လေး
But it is a 3k lead, and this is where it can start snowballing a little bit. You take the enemy safe lane tier 1. You take their mid tier 1 as well, which opens up the map a lot. Now 40 seconds for the next Wisdom Shrine. Do Tundra want to go for a move? All their spells are up. Could look to invade somewhere. Cuckoo struggling a bit. Level 5 would love to squeeze
garbage ဘာရနေပြီလဲ garbage အော်ရာရှာတစ်ချောင်းပဲရှိသေးတယ် slow လိုက်တာလို့
as well, so if you can channel it is
အဲ့ကောင်တော့စတက်လေးပါလိလှုပ်ပေးလေလှုပ်ပေးလိုက်တော့ရာရှာတစ်ချောင်း power trap ပဲရှိသေးတယ်
Looking if Talon would kind of bite.
သူများ14မိနစ်မန်တာစတိုင်နေရနေပြီ
Talon, they are smoking and they need to be ready. Let's see if Tombstone is going to run it back round 2.
He's getting ready for it. He puts it down already.
လုတ်ပြန်ပြီအဲ့ zombie ပဲအဲ့ zombie ပဲ
Literally everybody.
အဲ့အပေါ် zombie ကိုတစ်ခုလုံးရင်လုံး
Flash golem as well. Knowing that he's outnumbered, will try to get the hell out of dodge. He's going to get chased down eventually. Infernal Blade with that max HP percentage damage. Too much to handle for Whitemon. It did require 5 heroes for Talon.
It did. But anytime that they get to like kind of stall the game and don't lose too much, it is in favor for them. But let's see what Tundra can do from this move. Only then we'll really know if it hurt them a lot that they did bring the 5 heroes.
How well does Brood scale these days?
Honestly, quite well. It's not like in the past where the hero doesn't do anything. I mean, it's not like the best late game hero, but she's strong. You can right click.
Yeah,
like
there was certainly a time where it just dropped off a cliff and became useless almost.
It's definitely not the same.
Okay ရှိတယ်နှကောင်ပေါင်းပြီးတတ်တော့မှာနော်
You have attack speed talent.
အဲ့ဆို okay မိသွားလို့ကတော့ short ပြီပဲတော့ကူကူအေးနှကောင်လေးကတကောင်တော့တင်ပါပဲအာ snowball ကြီးကကောင်းသွားပြီ
Sonic Wave sets it up.
Sonic Wave ကပိုကောင်းတယ်ဗျာနှကောင်
Onto Cuckoo as Jokum. Okay, they get the coil.
But he's on the high ground.
Yeah, he's looking for the Doom. Don't have the vision. His Solar Guardian set up thanks to the Fiend's Grip from Saksa. Big Starbreaker, death to WS.
ဘုံကြီးရလေ
Uh-oh. I
Down
mean,
like
it's
that.
to save each other, but any fight that you get baited into, Tundra are stronger if it's like a straight clash. As 33 abusing the spin web movement speed and the terrain walking.
He will be fine. Fortification pop.
ဒီဘက်မှာစပယ်မကြံတော့ဘိန်းကြိုက်တာတွေရော Sonic Wave Solar Guardian ဘာမှမရှိတော့ဘူးအခုချိန်
Should mean that in
စမုတ်လေးပါလေးလုံးရင်မဆိုးဒွန်းထည့်တကောင်ဝိုင်းရိုက်
which is
ဒွန်းထည့်ပြီးပိတ်ရိုက်လို့ရပြီတကောင်တော့
you losing your map control. But for now, Tundra will look for the 60-minute active rune.
Hey, လွန်ကလည်းနော် amplify လွန်ချတင်နေပြီ
Yeah,
I like
because
that.
so Mikoto has to go for the Yules, which of course it's the right choice. You are playing into the Orchid, you can it's another like cancel for the TPs and for the Bane Grip too, but it's not the item build you want to go for. Like when you want to pop off on the puck and you have to go Witchblade Yules, definitely puts a little bit of a delay to your scaling. Means your blink is delayed, you're not as mobile, you can use the side lanes as well.
Yeah, Brumada is Brumada ဘယ်သူမှမစတော့နိုင်ဘူး
Well, 5 kills for Tundra.
အဲ့ဟိုကောင်ညံမကောင်းတာလည်းပါအခုတည်း criminal ကပါပြီလားမပါပြီလားမသိဘူးပါသွားပါမလား
This top lane is just constantly pushed. It's just something you have to deal
ဟို
with.
ရေ
with
လို့
your
criminal ကလေးထည့်ပေးပါ please
That siege is very stupid, it seems.
ဒီပွဲမှာအဲ့အတန်မထည့်လို့ရတော့ကွာအဲ့ကောင်
33
ကလန်တွေက
focusing
ကဲလိုက်
on
တော့
the mid lane. Already has the tier 2 top, of course.
where is criminal
Now we'll have the
cat
tier 1 and 2
အော်လည်း
bottom,
လာမကာ
so
ဘူး
we'll
ကွာ
see if 33 will just head
ရာ
over
သေး
there
ရလား
after this.
Well, yeah,
Nope,
you're gonna get the
9200
outpost and then
ရှိတယ်ကွာ
slowly
တုံးက
move down there.
All right, what about the Roche potential
It's
of
quite
these
good.
teams?
But
Nightmare, bottom lane, Saksa. It's going to get canceled.
ဟာဘိန်းကိုဒွန်းထည့်ပလိုက်တယ် okay
Big Sonic Wave deletes WS. Jokum follows suit. So a support for 2.
ဘာသာတို့အဆင်ပြေလားဗ
they're
လာ
in
တို့
big trouble, Shannon.
Yeah, I think so.
They have lost
ဘာ
4
သာတို့
towers.
အဆင်မပြေ
Your
ဘူး
Doom
စော
is
စောက
gone
အပဲ
as
မ
well.
ရှိတဲ့အချိန်
We
မှာ
can tell
ဒွ
by
န်း
what's
ကိုအဲ့လို
happened the
မျိုး
last couple
တုံးဖို့
minutes
မ
that
ကြိုးစားပဲနဲ့
Talon,
အောက်မှာ
they know themselves that they
ဘိန်း
can't
ကို
fight.
ထည့်ပြီးတက်လိုက်ပါတယ်
So they're just trying to play the time. He'll be fine. But still, like, look at the map. Your top lane, you can't even push it out more than 1 wave. Mid is pushing all the way, and bottom, you're not touching Chrysalis either.
Yeah, Makoto
But they will
wanted
touch
the bigger
Whitemon.
prize. They will expend the coil for the Undying.
နိုင်ပါဘူးဟုတ်တယ်ထွန်းတော့နိုင်ဖို့တော့ခက်တယ်
23 Savage gets himself some more gold.
အပစ်အရဆိုရင်တော့ကိုက80ရာခိုင်နှုန်းလောက်တော့ပေးတယ်တယ်လွန်ဘက်အပစ်ကို
I mean, in terms of late game, if they were able to get there,
Oh, the
Talon,
late
I
long,
assume you agree, has the better lineup.
Yeah, the problem is that net worth makes up for anything.
Yeah.
So if they're down like 15k gold or 40, they're still well, cuckoo. Bye bye.
ဒီစတာကူကူရေ
Well, it's gonna
Oh,
be
the
some
moment
pressure
I come
here
down,
from
so-
Soxa takes the tumble.
nice
This ward that Cuckoo got to place earlier definitely has put in some work, as WS did finish up a pipe. So
အော်
this
ပိုက်
could
သွား
mean
တာ
that
လား
Tundra looking for
bro
little
ပိုက်သွားတာ
fighting
တဲ့
chance in one of the next
ဆွေးမင်းစင်
fights.
ကမသွားဘူးကိုတော်ကပိုက်ရင်သွားတာပါဗျာ
They're looking for a
ဒီဘက်မှာ
fighting
ပိုက်
chance, huh?
တဲ့ကာလို့ရတဲ့
Take
စ
a
ပယ်
fight,
တွေ
yes,
ပါရှိတယ်
absolutely.
All right.
Win Pain level 3 Solar Guardian Solar Guardian ကိုတော့ကာလို့ရတယ်
Unless for Crystallis, I believe the
ကျန်တာတွေက
Axe is
မ
on
ပြူ
the
သွားတွေ
way.
နော်
Yeah, he's got some
ဘင်းရဲ့ဟို
crazy
level 2 က
timings.
လည်းပြူ
He's
သွား
a
ပဲ
bit
လား
top
လို့
net worth, 'cause that's 33.
သုံးနေဝေးပြူသွား
Yeah, I feel like that's expected. Even
ဒီ
after
မှာသား
the
လည်း
first
ခုတ်
blood,
တဲ့
but
ကောင်
yeah,
စ
he'll
ပယ်
still
သုံးတဲ့
be
ကောင်
the
မ
net
ဟုတ်
worth leader at some
ပိုက်
point.
ကြီးကတိတာပါ
He has Manta, he's got Poorman Shield to tank it
Now
out. That's-
WS
Uh-oh.
Oh baby
spotted, nightmare, he's dead.
he is fucking dead
Don't want to
ပိုက်ကြီး
expend.
အော်ပြီးပြေး
Oh,
ဟာ
okay,
ဆိုလို့
the
wish ခေါ်တယ်
side wave horribly misses for BZM.
Okay
But
အဲ့ဒါ
that
လွတ်
feels
သွားကြီး
weak.
အောင်ပြောတရားကြီးပြောတရားကြီး
WS actually gets away. They
Damn,
don't want to
Wabi.
expend grip for it, but in hindsight.
I guess they thought they had him, or maybe someone behind him. I
အဲ
don't
လုံး
know.
ထည့်ထားလားမဟုတ်ဘူး duration over ထားတာ
BZM will have a play like that or two every now and then.
duration over 36
As with the drums and the Cobalt Aura.
all in ထားတာ all
Knocks
in
it all off. Yeah, next up on the line for Tundra will be
အားပေးနေရ
the
တယ်
Tormentor
မှာ
into
တဲ
the
လုံး
first
အားပေးမှ
Roche
ရ
that we
မှာ
touched on. Their Roche is pretty good. Dawn is not too bad. Zombie, by far their best hero taking Roche. You have both the Flesh Golem Damage Amp and the Tombstone Brood as well. Quite good.
ဟုတ်ပြီဘာလို့ဖို့တော်မန်တာသွားဖို့ကမှီပါမလား
Let's see. If Talon want to take a fight, I
Mila
do think
Wooden.
you need to do it around WS.
ဇွန်းကြီးကဟိုး
Like,
အော
you
က်မှာ
need to doom so
ပေါ်
that
တယ်
the
ထောက်လို့
Dawn
လည်းမရဘူး
doesn't
ခိတ်ကလာရင်လည်း
just
ဒီဘက်မှာ
save
အ
the
ပြုံ
guy.
လိုက်ကြတဲ့ကြာမှာ
Yes, at least
Same
one
with you.
and he also has the pipe. So all your team fight is on this doom at the moment.
ဒီကောင်လည်းတိတော့တိရကွာစမုံနဲ့အပေါ်တက်မလို့လို့နဲ့နောက်ဆုံး mid ကိုသွားနေတယ်
Damn it.
မင်းမှာ queen pain ရှိတယ်မလွယ်ဘူး
BZM gets the better shard.
We'll definitely see it later.
Yeah, for sure we will.
The grab ally is definitely a good meme.
At what point does 23 join the team? Is it a 3-item type of game?
I think it's as long as Tundra allow him to
Oh.
not join.
Well,
WS
round
is
2
dead.
on
Yo.
WS. That's yeah.
အကောင်လေးကိုကြိုက်လို့တေးတာသိလားအဲ့ပိုက်ကြီးက
So
ဆောက်ပေါ်
23
အို
is
က်တိုင်
going for the
တယ်
Maelstrom Mjolnir, as Cuckoo should be okay. Will not be okay because there's a use on BZM.
ညမကောင်းဒီကောင်ညမကောင်း
Drain is coming, but being reflected by the Blade Mail. Double kill BZM.
Jokum cosplaying a ward.
Yes, he is. Has the Blink Dagger. 8k lead for Tundra. Feels like this is just going to expand unless Talon can do something about it. Well, this will be a
အဲ့
start.
ကောင်
if
ယူ
they
သက်
can
လို့ရပါ
grab
မလား
A Brood Mother kill. He's going to get
အိုး
volleyed.
အိုး
rooted
အိုး
up.
တေးလောက်တယ်တေးလောက်တယ်တေးလောက်တယ်
Line. One
နောက်
more
တစ်ချက်
right would do
လုံး
it.
ပါအောင်
Coming
လုံး
back
ပါအောင်
into
ဟာ
the kills. Tries to
miss
the-
ထားနေတာ
Tries to
miss
the-
ထားနေတာဟာ
Big Sonic wave to follow. 23 is
အာ
dead. The
miss
hero's
ထားသွားတာဟေး
turn.
တစ်ချက်စားလေး
As 33 will
အော်ဟို
get
မှာဘင်းက
revenge and
ကြိုက်ပ
then
လိုက်
find
ပြီ
a
ပတ်
grip
ကို
on the puck
အော်
as well. This is
ပေး
as
တယ်ကွာ
disastrous
တဲ
as
လုံး
it
ကြီးက
gets for Talon. Oh my, they were so close.
They did perfect layering of their spells. Like the Stone Gaze after all
တဲ
the
လုံး
stuns,
ပေးတာ
what I
လား
would
ထွန်
say,
တော်ပဲအရင်ကောင်းနေတာလားမသိပါဘူးကန်ကလည်းကောင်းတယ် miss ကသွားထတယ်တဲ့
both of them and then hit the tusk because you don't
Oh.
lifesteal off Medusa off of the
Yeah,
Medusa.
yeah.
But this is
ဒီကြတော့တဲလုံးပဲအဲ့ off lane ကောင် item ထည့်ရဆောက်သုံးတော်မကြောက်
he doesn't get a
ရူပန်းသားပွဲကိုပိုက်ထည့်
tanks so much more just because he blocked 30
Ai
damage on
da.
every single hit.
Man.
But yeah,
လူချင်း
I see
over
Gobert.
သွားပြီရေး
That's a
ကြီးသွားပြီ
backbreaker.
36မိနစ်က
Absolutely. No
မ
amount of shot
22မိနစ်မှာ
getting
အေး
out of that one is Doom.
okay
Lied to the quad.
ရလောက်လား
Gets off the Yules. Might be able to walk this off.
He
There's
is.
Soxa in the area to
အိတ်လို့ရ
slow
သေးတယ်
down.
မရဘူးဗျာ
He's fine.
Impending Doom. And yeah, Soxa's also going to be A-okay.
ဟောလာလာလာ
Another
ဒုံးထည့်ပြီးတော့လည်းပတ်မရဘူးဟေး
They also have 2 Essence Rings on Tundra, which is quite good against the Doom on both the Bane and the Quap. Harder
အမှားသွား
for
กว่าတာတော့
burn
ဒီ
out.
ကောင်အာလီပိုင်းဟုတ်နေတဲ့ဟာအဓိကတာဝါတွေပေးရလို့ကွာအရင်သိလားအဲ့မှာဂိုးသွားกว่าတာဝါ4တိုင်5တိုင်6တိုင်တာဝါ6တိုင်နဲ့ဟိုဘက်ကတာဝါတစ်တိုင်းမှမပေးရသေးဘူးအဲ့မှာပတ်စံတော်တော်กว่าသွားပြီတင်းနှောအော့ကပြင်တော်မန်တာနှောအော့ဆိုတော့စောင်းတိတာ
So he's going for the Aghanim Scepter to proc the Maelstrom and
Yeah, wants to make sure to proc that all the time.
อืม
I wonder if
Ooh,
that's
Roshan
better
ma
than
piya
going
bi
straight
so yin
Mjolnir.
တော့
Maybe
I mean-
just
if it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna happen. They do have some interesting high ground potential with Tusk Ags if they could ever get it.
We have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Their win rate increased by at least 3% because Jokum got the greedy and
တင်းကြီးအသင်းသေးရနော်ချိန်တန်တော်လဲသွားတိတာပဲဒီဘက်ကောင်လေး
Incredible display.
ကြာတားနေရပဲ
You're such a dumbass. You're like pretending this doesn't matter.
Incredible. I mean, it's just you mentioned it.
No, because the only way, like right now, if they want to win this game, he needs Aghanim Scepter. And how does he get there? He needs gold. Can he farm creeps? No, he can't. Stop laughing. Go take a shower.
I'm really excited about the greed.
Because, like, listen, if I'm Talon's coach right now, okay, I'm March. I'm like, okay, how can we win this game? He's like, okay, I need Mikoto to go high net worth. I need 20 feet Savage to get high net worth. But this stuff isn't looking that good, so I need my boy Tusk. He needs to kick some
I
nukes
appreciate
into space.
this change of pace. Usually I'm talking to a robot all day, all right? It's nice to see somebody with some true passion. You're literally pacing. People can't see this. Kazu is pacing back and forth ever since he started talking about the greed enchantment.
I want them to have a fight. They're down 14k.
Oh, yeah,
gold.
we all do.
Well, you're not
Jokum.
excited. I need
မိသွားပြန်ပြီ
Cast a sleepwalk.
All right, well, Jokum has died. He just doesn't know it yet. Probably does, actually. Pops the
Snowball.
Essence Ring.
Snowball.
Has the greed enchantment
He will
as
blink,
well.
he
He
will
might be able to
blink.
get a blink away. He will to the high ground.
Oh.
He's ticking out to the Shadow Strike. It's going to be close. BZM, if only he had a blink ability to finish the job, he just looks at him and kills him. Unbelievable play from BZM.
See, finally, I get some excitement from my caster as well. Sometimes you just gotta
ကြည့်လိုက်တာနဲ့
hype yourself up. I thought
ဟမ်
that's your job.
ကြည့်လိုက်တာနဲ့သေသွားတယ်လို့ကအကြည့်နဲ့တင်တတ်လိုက်တယ်လို့ပါပြောချက်တွေကနော်အနောက်တွေ
You're very good.
Illusory Orb, Makoto. Can take
ဘင်းဘ
another
င်းကအကြည့်နဲ့
stream.
တင်တတ်လိုက်ပါပြီ
They've got 3 minutes.
အေးမစားပြီ
Pursued by
ငါဖစ်ငါဖစ်
33.
ရှော့ပြီငါဖစ်
boy. White Mon. Oh my god, he's actually blocked, but they put down the tombstone as well.
Okay, good to
33.
prep.
Yeah, he pops the BKB along with the pipe on the other side to mitigate some of this damage. We'll be able to get away, so everybody lives, but a Sonic Wave
Only
comes
wave.
out onto Cuckoo only.
The net
Will
only
continue
wave.
to drain on the creeps. Snowball save. Lots of
အော်
plays
ဒေါင်းလေး
coming
ဂိုင်းကြ
out.
လာပြီ
Crystal
တိုင်းတို့
Guardian gonna heal up
တိုင်းတို့
to
ဆု
a
ပ်
decent degree, wants to finish the job. Kills off Cuckoo. Buyback instantly.
ဝန်းထိုက်လိုက်တော့လေ
Will
အော်
walk
အေးချစ်ကြီးနေ
back to
ကွာ
the
အေးချစ်ဆိုတော့ဒုံးမထည့်
So
ဘူး
they only kill one. Force out the buyback with the
Uh-oh,
grip.
Grip,
23
oh.
Savage all alone.
အဲ့ကောင်ဘာလို့အဲ့တောင်ရောက်နေရ
The grave, 53 seconds. Does
ဒူး
have
စားဘာလို့အဲ့
buyback.
နာရောက်နေရလဲပြန်တော့ပြောပြကြပါ
Anyway,
Nightmare, I guess.
I guess so.
Nullifier applied. That is a dieback for the Pugna now.
Ah.
As Jokum and company are going to follow suit to the grave, it looks like. He gets off the save for the time being, but that just sets up the scream of pain. 4 dead for Talon, and the buildings will melt.
Uh-oh.
Ay, ay,
Even with
ay.
buybacks, this you
But
cannot
don't
hold
worry,
this.
Jokum has the greed enchantment.
I mean, if they didn't take this fight, you know, I did believe. But let's see. They're still holding Shannon. They're only down 21,000 gold at 26 minutes.
တွန်းတော့အိုင်တန်ထည့်ရကောင်းနေတာဟုတ်တယ်တွန်းတော့ဘက်ကောင်တွေကစာဆောင်တက်တယ်တကယ်ဗဘာတွေကြီးပဲဒီဘက်ကောင်တွေကအရေးအကြောင်းဆိုရင်အိုင်တန်တွေကလွဲနေ
Melee Rax will refresh it. This is looking possibly like 2 sets.
ရူ
of
မာသားနဲ့
barracks,
ဆိုရင်
though.
offlane တိုင်းက crimson ကသွားတာအဲ့လူတိုင်းပဲ
And at the same time, we talked about it earlier, but
တောင်းသိတာအဲ့အကောင်လေးတွေကြိုက်တာရယ်သူဂျီရိုကြိုက်တာရယ်ဒါပေမဲ့မထွက်တော့ဘူးတောင်းသိတာအဲ့ဟာအဲ့8စက္ကန့်အတွင်းမှာအများကြီးလုံးလို့ရ
Notification does come out.
အဲ့က
BZM
အေး
getting caught off guard a bit. Pops
AJ
the blade.
ကွာ
Now
AJ
getting
ဆိုတော့က
relatively low.
got
But he
Aegis.
has the Aegis still for a minute and a half. Wants
ဒီ
to
စင်းက
preserve it a
တ
bit
ကွာပြီးတကွာပြ
longer.
တယ်
They will finish the
က
full
လေးကို
set
ရှော်
on
ပေးလိုက်ပါ
both
10
sides
မိနစ်
here.
လောက်ဘလို့ဖြစ်လို့အတင်းတွေတာဝါကြီးထိုးနေရတော့လို့
Yeah.
ကလေးတွေကိုရှော်ပေးလိုက်ပါ
So,
ဟာ
Talon, what's the answer?
More greed? Could they get more enchantments by
Midas
any
on
chance?
Doom.
Oh, there we go.
See?
If everyone gets something greedy, surely they can come back.
Yeah, surely.
တော့ကဒါကမိုက်တက်ဝေါ
I mean, Jokum doesn't even know what he has to buy. I don't blame him. You're down 24,000 gold at 27 minutes.
Saksa halfway to Ags
ဒုက္ခအမြဲ
himself.
ရိုက်တာနော်ဘရိုကဒုံရိုက်တဲ့အလဲကြမှာပေါ်ပေါ်လာတာစိတ်တောင်မကောင်း
Minus 3% win
ဘုံဝေ
rate.
ရဲလဲဆိုပြောက်ဟဲ့အောင်မပေးပြန်ပြီလား
Everything, goodbye, WX.
သေးလိုက်အမ
No way to
You
get
are
back
damn
in
in
the
it.
game either.
တော့
Aegis is expiring in 30 seconds though.
အားပြောင်းတယ်ပြီးပါပြီပွဲက
Want to be if they want to
မိနစ်30ပဲ30ဆိုပြီးပြီ
or just take a fight.
I mean,
Won't have the Solar Guardian here,
nothing
though.
stops them from going high ground, honestly, if they just go.
What about greed?
Well, sure. If you really love gold, then you're not going. But you have Tombstone, you have Sleep Save, you have everything. There's no need to wait.
Yeah, BZM Hex is shown onto the Pugna. This tier 3 tower is going to drop. 15 seconds until WS is back in the game. And now that the Aegis has officially expired,
Age တော့မရှိတော့
see if BZM will back away.
အိုက်တန်တွေကိုလည်း
That is
ကြည့်ပါ
the
ဦး
case,
ကွာ
at least
အ
for
ရန်
now.
ဟွာဝိုင် level 19နဲ့ဖားပြောင်းကာယာဆန်ကြီးလွေးပေါ်တင်တာ
Yeah, and this is also like, especially when you're behind, you want to like try to play the map, get some.
တောင်းညံကောင်းတယ် BBN ထည့်သွားဒွန်းသူ့ကိုထည့်လို့ရှိရင်ဒွန်းကိုလည်းတင်လို့ရတယ်သူ့ကိုယ်သူလည်းတင်လို့ရတယ်ကွာတိုင်းလုပ်လို့ရတယ်အဲ့ US Scepter ဆက်ထားနောက်ဆုံး Green Coin တွေပါလာတယ် Silent တွေလာခဲ့ရင်လည်းအဲ့တစ်ခွက်လေးနဲ့သူကအသက်ရှင်တယ်အဲ့တော့ BKB မလို့တော့ဘူးဒီပွဲက ဒီဘော်တင်နာတစ်ခွက်လေးနဲ့ရင်သူဒါဆော့သွားလို့ရနော်ဈေးပေါ်ပေါ် BKB တစ်ခွက်ရတယ်လို့မျိုးပဲအဲ့လိုပုံစံမျိုးလောက်သွား
Well, it'll have a tier 4 thingam artifact.
Absolutely, what a great game.
RIP. Shout out to Gaben. Looks like Soxa is going to get picked off, so a good kill for Talon. Any kill is a good kill for Talon right now. As you can see, 33 and company not dissuaded to go any further. You're actually going to catch up. The puck gets away. There's going to be 2 support kills pretty quickly in favor of Tundra. So it's looking more like they perhaps wait for the just to close the door. Okay, as I say, that 33 into the base she goes, of course. Gonna force out 1 TP.
He does have Manta against
23
the
Savage. Okay, they're gonna use the Solar Guardian, get the stun. WS jumps in,
No.
instantly silenced. Away from the sideline.
မထည့်ရသေးဘူးပေါ်တေးပြန်အာ
back to base as 23 Savage completely
ဘုံမထည့်ရသေးဘူး boys ဆိုပေါ်တေးထောက်သွားမှာ23 Savage လည်း short
double buyback for Talon. They do have the Doom, but of course their Medusa is dead. Jokum's still alive with
Medusa
that
is
greed
dead.
enchantment on the neutral item. They get the range barracks, and it looks like this is going to be Megas in favor of Tundra. As GGs are officially called.
မိနစ်30ပဲကွက်တိ
Tundra
ဟော
will move on. Talon eliminated 2-0.
Well, Tundra today looked a
ပေးတယ်တောင်းပေးတယ်ဟိုကောင်တွေဘယ်လိုဖြစ်နေပြီဟိုကောင်တွေလည်းပေးတာပဲကွာတူးစီပဲအပြက်ကြီးပဲဟောင်းကြီးအသင်းကြီးတွေဖုတ်တာဆိုတာ
I mean, it was. I agree with you. I think it was a really valiant
ပြီးသွားပြီ
attempt
ဒီမှာလည်း
to make that play, and it
တ
was,
ပွဲလုံးက
you know,
အဲ့ပတ်ဝန်းကျင်နေကြီးပဲနော်
I want to win, even if
Yeah.
there's like 0.5% chance. I'm still gonna go for it.
yeah. What the alternative? Just sitting in your base and waiting for your throne to explode? It's
Exactly.
Just, you know.
So I can't respect that.
Yeah.
I respect winning plays, even when they're almost impossible, which is the case here.
Yeah. So Yonduck's now defending against Mega Creeps. Meta's back up on the Terrorblade. They have the Serpent Ward just cleaving down these heroes as well as the towers, and it's only a matter of time before the play is going to be forced, and Quinn boundless strikes into the back line, grabs Solo, takes him down. He's going to buy back, but Watson wants to end the game. The Serpent Ward as well. They don't have it in the tank, and that'll do it. Game Gladiators takes the series 2-0.
တူးအိုတွေပဲဒီနေ့ကလုံးဝတူးအိုဒေးလားမသိဘူးအဲ့တော့ liquid တောင်ဖြစ်တယ်နာဗီနဲ့ဖယ်ကွန်လည်းကြံတော့တယ်နာဗီဖယ်ကွန်တောင်းလေးလည်းတူးစီးမှာလားအဖယ်ကွန်ကလည်းပေနေတဲ့အချိန်ကွာပေနေတဲ့အချိန်နဲ့နာဗီကောင်းတဲ့အချိန်နဲ့ဆိုတော့တူးစီးမဖြစ်တော့ဒီပွဲကတော့ Game 3သွားမယ်ပွဲလားမသိကဲအဲ့တော့နာဗီပွဲကြမှာပြန်တက်လာတယ်နာဗီပွဲနောက်ကျမှာလားဟောလာမှာလားကဲကျူးရကတော့17ခွဲဟုတ်ပါဘူး10ခွဲပြောတာကဲကျူးရကတော့10ခွဲပေါ့သူစောလာရင်လည်းစောလာသလိုပေါ့စောမလာတော့လည်း10ခွဲပေါ့နော် So see you guys. Hold on, I'm saying. Okay, see you. Bye bye. မှောက်သွားပြီ။အော်ရင်တော့မှောက်သွားပြီဗျာ။ရေးနဲ့
ကျေးဇူးပြုပြီးယနေ့ညရဲ့ကျေဝေများကိုကြိုဆိုလိုက်ကြရအောင် One Expert မှာထိတ်တန်းစုများကိုရယူထားသူ Dota 2 Hero များအကောင်းဆုံးတည်ဆောင်မှု Phantom Lancer အကောင်းဆုံးပံ့ပိုးမှု Mossy အကောင်းဆုံးအလေလံ Zeus အိုးငါဘက်ကိုဆိုလိုတာပါအကောင်းဆုံးကစားသမားစီ One Expert ကစားသူများ One Expert ဒါသင်ရဲ့ pick ပဲ ကျေးဇူးပြုပြီးယနေ့ညရဲ့ကျေဝင်များကိုကြိုဆိုလိုက်ကြရအောင် One Expert မှာထိပ်တန်းစုများကိုရယူထားသူ Dota 2 ၏ hero များကောင်းဆုံးတည်ဆောင်မှု Hunter Lanza